they tried to line it up, and he was like, I don't debate y'all. Y'all too disrespectful. Aboriginal Power won't even debate Sean because he's too disrespectful.
He is though. No, he really is though. I can't really like you, bro. You cool, not a coincidence. I actually chop it up with cuz. But niggas that come off too heated and disrespectful, like I said, I'll debate you, bro. But we gotta get in the ring first. If you're gonna be disrespectful like that, at least disrespect me in the ring, bro.
Oh, God, bro.
Let's start now, bro. Can you disrespect me in a cage, bro? Like, I'd rather just do that. Then we go straight from the cage. I mean, put your ice on the way to the motherfucking computer, and we'll debate directly after that, nigga. Shit.
That's why I don't do these. Fucking with the nigga and shit. You feel me? Like, it's like, wait, bro, talk like that, man. We gotta get face to face with you to talk to you like that, my nigga.
Yeah, Peanut. You good? Go ahead, I got my brother already. Peanut, what's the word, my brother? What's the champ?
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, but lucky, let me say this, man. First of all, I'm an older brother. I'm young in spirit because I stay in shape. But I'm older. I deserve respect. Don't lie on me. You're not going to get nowhere lying because that's what's going to make you fall face first. Second of all, I'm well known in the Pan-African community. I'm not nobody new. You're younger than me. You don't know this. I didn't put in work and expose Rob Bourne, Sue Tech, any of them people over there. They know it deep down inside. And I'm gonna be long-winded. I'm a Moorish American. I already had back and forth with them dude. They erased videos. I'm not running from anybody. Don't ever say that stupid shit again. Third, and last but not least, I'm not losing no debate to no Pan-African. So don't ever say that shit again, famo. And that's it. Appreciate y'all, man.
You heard it. If Sean P want to debate, tell him to debate the champ over there, right?
Tech want to so this like it's a pecking order. It's a pecking. So Sean want you, and Tech want him. You say PMF ain't on his
no problem. There's no problem, man. Let's set up a Tech debate, man. I don't like him anyway.
Okay, so I love that one, brother. I love that one mentality.
I love to tell Tech. Tell me. There ain't nothing. My champ always in the chat. I'll pop in. We'll set a topic. We'll set a date. We'll make it pay-per-view. We'll chop it up behind the scenes. I get their contact. We make it work. You heard it right here. He ain't ducking no favors, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. He do this over here on y'all channel, and then when we get in other
hey, alright, I will block your ass, nigga, because I'm well known for disrupting them chats over there, nigga. Stop fucking lying, nigga. You a goofy, nigga. I would never let a lame ass nigga around me in my face, clown.
You gonna block me?
It ain't no time I ain't ever been on the Pan-African channel and made my impact. Stop lying. I'm a real man, bro. Stop lying, fam. Don't do PNF like that.
PNF, he trying to trigger you, brother.
Word the fuck up.
But listen, he did that to me, talking about, oh, word on the street, I'm ducking from John P. I've never even had but one conversation with this little disrespectful motherfucker.
Oh, okay, yeah, he a little lot. He like that.
So he like...
We are the victims of our own innocence We didn't expect it. We were so unsuspecting. Some of us participated in it without knowing what we were doing. And to understand it, there's 200 years of history you're going to have to look at. 1400 to 1600. It's the major turning point in world history. At the end of these 200 years, the world would never, ever be the same again. Europe had come out of its bag. It had rescued itself at our expense. It had learned longitude and latitude again. Had learned how to handle ships. In their search for Asia and the spices and the sweets of Asia, they had discovered Africa en route, the greater prize. We are the victims of our own innocence. We didn't expect it. We were so unsuspecting. Some of us participated in it without knowing what we were doing.
Big die. I got the game in the chokehold like a slip knot. Too much ambition, I got too much drive. I'm probably due for a pitch die. Black dot, reppin' the team, reppin' the squad like a mascot. Yeah, I'm the one, you know that I got it, but I still speak for the have-nots. Big guy, I got the game in the chokehold like a slip knot. Too much ambition, I got too much drive. I'm probably due for a pitch die. Black dot, reppin' the team, reppin' the squad like a mascot. Yeah, I'm the one, you know that I got it, but I still speak for the have-nots. Yeah. It's been a hell of a run. I done bagged all of the women I wanted to bag. I probably should slow down and settle with one. Probably should hit up my mama and tell her my problem. She always wanna pray for her son. Tell her I got it, there's nothing your God could do for me. I feel much more safe with a gun. Look what I've done, just look at what I've become. They thought I was stuck in the mud, I done came up. They gotta pay like I weigh, I made them double the funds. Niggas be hating, probably cause they wifey like me and she wanna give me the buns. She got a friend, told her that she can come too because two heads is better than one. My competition is none.
Peace to everybody out there. It's your boy Sean P in the place to be, man. Like the show, share the show, tell a friend, we live. We're gonna get directly into it, man. Today was a busy day, busy day out here for the what they want to call us, the quote unquote Pan-African community. We had our boys poised to be back-to-back debates. You know what I'm saying? Not a coincidence, pulled an all-nighter. Even though he went to sleep, he woke back up for a little while to let people on the panel. But there was an all-nighter going on over there. So about 12 hours of information, arguing, and pseudos showed up in the pill. But we need to deal with some information today. We're going to talk about our Black people in America, indigenous to Americas, according to Imhotep the Great. Now, he goes over and performs in a debate against port cities or the syndicates, MoFax, right? He goes over there to deal with MoFax. MoFax and him debates. Now we already know this is a rerun argument, and I'm gonna drop the link if not a coincidence. Want to hop on or whoever. I got sources in the description of the video, but I want to open this up and kind of get to it. So let me go ahead and share my screen and let's get this thing going in the right direction. We don't want to waste too much time. We don't want to waste too much time. You know what I'm saying? We want to get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right, let me know if y'all can hear the stream. Oh, let me turn my internet off on my phone. My bad. All right, so y'all should be able to hear me okay. I forgot I had the Wi-Fi on my phone. I was at work. But let's see if this is better.
To learn and grow. No disrespect will be tolerated. We will start with 3 to 5 minutes of introduction from both Mo Fax and Imhotep the Great. Then we will move on to a brief Q&A between both speakers. After the Q&A between tonight's speakers, we will move into the debate. There will be a total of 3.
Did they take my goddamn PowerPoint? Number 8.
All right, so I'm gonna skip over Mo Fax's portion of the debate. Pretty much, a lot of this is some things where we already stated, and I'm not doing a critique on Mo Fax at this particular juncture. I'll provide my feedback on Mo Fax at a different time. So just bear with me. Let me try to skip ahead. Skip ahead. We should be right here. 35. Is it 35 part? Dang, Mo. Did you have some errors? All right, y'all. So we're going to be doing a lot of listening and not a lot of seeing because the brother's slides were stuck. You seen my comment up there where I said something about his slides being stuck. And it's kind of weird, but here we go.
Peace to the chat. Thank y'all for showing up. Thanks for the support. Just waiting for the brother to get back. Okay, boom. Here we go.
Peace. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm having a little trying to learn how to navigate the thing here. So, my bad. But, okay. So, I want to start here. I do want to say in response to some of the things Brother Mo Fax did say, it was an indigenous slave trade here. When the colonizers did come on here, it was a slave trade.
Pause. So the first thing he does when he do get his mic fixes, he come on and he says that there was an indigenous slave trade here. So that lets you know that he's listening to people like Ali Muhammad, A1, AP, and others. But let's see what relevance does that have to do with the debate topic. The debate topic is, are Black people in the Americas indigenous to the Americas? That's the debate topic. And right here in his introduction, he says in part 1, he is going to prove that an ancient high culture existed, civilization in the Americas. 2, descriptions and depictions of the indigenous Americas. 3, the trans-Americans, indigenous slave trade, loss of indigenous title, and Indian War. So that's what we're going to be dealing with from this brother. The title of the debate is, are Black people in the Americas indigenous to the Americas, according to Imhotep the Great? Let him cook.
All throughout the American continent. But before we do start, I want to start my information out at first proving that it was an ancient high culture existed, high culture civilization that existed in the Americas. first and foremost, before we even get into descriptions and depictions of the indigenous people or the indigenous Americans, we first want to start off that it was this high culture civilization that did exist on this continent. And then after that, the next round, then we're going to do the description and the descriptions of the indigenous Americans, showing that it was Negro people and descriptions of people who would say Negro, who people can confuse with an African, all throughout the Americas. We're going to go into some churches over in Europe and synagogues in Europe in part 2, and show you that they're depicting the American people as who you will call today's African Americans. And in part 3, we're going to talk about the trans-American indigenous slave trade. As I stated, it was an American slave trade. When Christopher Columbus came over here, he actually was the first slave trader. He was the first slave trader, and most conquistadors who came back, they took slaves back to their native country, so back to Spain.
So his first claim is that Christopher Columbus was the first slave trader. Is that what he said? I didn't say that. So what y'all think about that? He's the first slave trader. That's what he said. So I want to take y'all to a place before we even just get to going. I want to take y'all somewhere. I'm not going to get into the manuscripts. We got them on deck. We got them on deck. We got them on deck. Manuscripts are here. We got them. But I want to take you to a place real quick before he gets into his spiel. This is the eastern colonial walls of Santo Domingo. This is a fort. Let me zoom in. 16th century La Española, glimpses of the first blacks in the early colonial Americas, is an exhibit produced by the CUNY Dominican Studies Institute, consisting of 25 panels. You can turn it up, Caleb. Of archival documents showcasing different moments in the lives of Black Africans and their islands-born descendants in the first European colony in the Americas. Part of a long-term CUNY DSI project entitled First Blacks in Americas, this exhibit presents images of manuscripts whose originals are currently held at the Archivo General de Indias in Seville, Spain. The manuscripts are accompanied by the paleographic transcriptions and English translations, as well as by contextual historical comments that help readers better understand their content and what the manuscripts say about the earliest Black inhabitants in the Americas. Through this selection of archival documents, the exhibit intends to call public attention to this almost unknown history. These Blacks were the first to experience the dreadful transatlantic slave trade, or, as it was later named, the Middle Passage. They were also the first to actively resist by fleeing shortly after landing in La Española. They were the first to endure and survive all the varied vicissitudes of enslaved labor and enslaved life, and the first to produce new generations of Afro descendants born in the New World. They were the earliest participants in interethnic unions among different African ethnicities, as well as between Africans and native Tainos, and between Africans and Spaniards or other Europeans. Besides the existing overviews and general descriptions of Black experience during the first stages of the colonial process in the new continent, these manuscripts give us snapshots of specific moments, many of them not described in the existing scholarship. Through these documents, we get concrete glimpses of the lives of these early Blacks in America, providing us with the opportunity to briefly examine the complexities of the experience at both the individual and the collective level. Some of these documents provide only one line referencing Blacks, yet that one line allows us to enter their space and see how they lived during that time, taking us on a journey to 522 years back. Taking us on a journey to 522 years back. The documents demonstrate aspects of Black life that range from the harshest punishments applied to an individual by the early slavery regime to the expression of long-lasting friendships between people who shared the status of servitude, the engagement of open rebellion, the experience of personal exhaustion and deprivation when disembarking from a slave ship, or extensive anguish of going from being free in Africa to becoming a slave as a result of kidnapping. I'm not going to read anymore. These are the first Blacks in America. So what does that tell you? That they were not Blacks before the first Blacks. So here's the exhibit. So real quick, I just want to throw something on y'all. Now I know y'all like, hold on, Sean, but you ain't shared this source with us. No, I haven't. But this source is hidden in the first Black source. And all you had to do is click on a couple of things and then boom, you right here. So La Negra del Hospital, the Black woman of the hospital, 1497 to 1501. Here's a document. Remember, the brother is arguing, right? He is arguing that the people been here. Well, these sources say otherwise, because these are the first Blacks. Look at the dates. So the English rendition and translations are at the bottom. The original source translations is right here. None of y'all know what they are. Neither do I, because I don't read that. But we can get a really good glimpse of this letter in just a second. So this lets you know this is the primary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a primary. Ladies and gentlemen, primary. Primary. All day long. All right. So let's go back. 1497 to 1501. The Archbishop of Santo Domingo responds to the content of the royal decree of the 6th October of 93, whereby Your Majesty orders to be informed of the construction of San Nicolas Hospital and its governance by 6 administrators or butlers. Let me pause, right? Let me go back. Because what I want to do, right? What I want to do is I want to make sure everybody that's watching the live chat just have direct access to the source. So I'm going to provide it to you. Yeah, I ain't greedy. I'm going to provide it to you. And peace to all the Afro ninjas in the chat. Pure Black can change his thing again. Pure Black said, why am I reading? Confusing everybody with the word. All right. So I just dropped the link out to you. So y'all will be able to go through that and get them actual documents that substantiate a lot of stuff. It talks about household slaves, enslaved Black African man who argued for his freedom in 1594, right? All of this stuff is there. You should take a look at the information provided because we're talking first Blacks. All right. So you got your manuscripts and then you got your photo gallery, but it's not really a lot in the photo gallery. But there are images there that we all can go through and look, browse through and deal with it. It's Española, right? Española is the first place where Blacks came to the New World. The first Blacks began in Española. So what I want to know is if we've been here way before this moment, the 16th century, where's the evidence before this? Now I'm showing y'all evidence. I'm showing y'all evidence, right? I'm giving y'all documents written in the era. I'm giving y'all places where this information is. Y'all have seen this website before. I do not need to make this up. It's there. But how you get to where I just basically took y'all to is if you didn't watch, you simply, let me go back. You hit see more. When you hit see more, this comes up. When this comes up, you just click on this link right here and it takes you to directly where I just took you from. Now I got too many of these sites up. So let's go back and let's see if we can see what Imhotep is talking about. Now, I didn't mean to do you like that, Imhotep, cut you off in the middle of your bill, but I wanted to show that we don't have the presence of Black people in the Americas until the 16th century. And I wanted to establish that off the rip. So you got to show me Black people here before that mark. Let's see if you do it.
Back to France and back to Portugal. They took them all throughout Europe, and everybody would also, the indigenous people was being traded throughout the Americas. So people from the Caribbean islands were being sent to North America, and people from North America was being sent to the Caribbean islands and also to South America. So they switched up the slave trade owners. And one of the biggest things is going to be loss of indigenous title and talking about the Indian Wars and how our society collapsed if we get time for it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get part one started. An ancient civilization in the Americas. If an ancient Moorish, because we call ourselves Moors, Hebrews, Israelites, African Americans, some people would say, which is a misnomer, but we are indigenous people. So all these different terms, people got to understand they're all the same terms. You're just talking about different time points in history. Some may be relating to a religion. Some may be relating to the spiritual system. Some may be relating to title, like Indian is a title. Indian just means indigenous, a title. So we are all those things. So if the indigenous nations that lived here in America was Moorish or Black, how did we get in this state that we are today? How did we fall into this particular state? The number one thing that happened, like it has happened everywhere on earth, is going to be European imperialism and the doctrine of discovery. It's important for us to understand and talk about the doctrine of discovery because it was the Pope who sent out in 1452 that said, that gave the conquistadors and all these different kingdoms over in Europe, he gave them the permission to go to the Americas or any non-Christian lands on the earth and go and conquer and enslave the people. Enslave the people. The Pope actually said this. So if we get some time in part 3, we're going to show you that the Pope did get permission to not just take the land, but enslave the native inhabitants. And that's exactly what they did, enslave the native inhabitants. But from European imperialism, then that goes to colonization. When they actually got here, after the Pope gave them permission to go enslave the native inhabitants, and they got here, they colonized the land. That colonized the land for the purpose of number 3, capitalism. For them to get riches out the land and trade these different resources on the worldwide market. So this whole thing that we're in this situation today is all about greed. It started with greed, them being greedy and them seeing different fruits, vegetables, and just different things in this part of the world. Mind you, this was a lot of people. If you wasn't melanated, you couldn't come to the Americas because a lot of them didn't know how to navigate the seas. See, over in 1452, they was conquering the Moors. That's what.
Okay, so I know what y'all thinking, especially those of you who are hearing this for the first time. Where is his argument at? He is saying a whole lot of things. He doesn't have a historical timeline, and he's jumping back in between these areas, but he's concentrated on things that happened in the 16th century. He has not went pre-Columbian on us yet.
Spain, remember they was ejecting the Moors. Where did the Moors go? Understand that. So when they got over here to America, they seen all these different things. That was the first opening to capitalism, where they started taking all these different commodities and trading on the worldwide market. That capitalism gave way to racism. They took the indigenous people.
Now, again, he's on his slides. He's like on slide number 2 or 3 right here, but we can't see it. So he's just bullet point talking to us, and he's making shit up as he goes with no chronology. Now, here's the sad part is that he's saying all these things are transpiring, but all these things are transpiring in the 16th century. His argument is that people were here before these people get here. And even in what he's saying right now, he isn't historically accurate. He is freestyling, as many people caught him.
People, they put them in a caste system. They put the white people on the top, they put the black people on the bottom, or the indigenous people on the bottom by giving them the title of black.
Now, for those of you who are real researchers, you keep hearing the word they, them, they, them, they, them, they. He never defines who they or them is, and he never provides evidence of such. And when he refers to sources, do not get discouraged if you hear pseudo-archaeology. This is according to Imhotep the Great. Now, I provided you with the first blacks in the Americas. I showed you that we have over 60 plus documents which are written during that time that provides concrete evidence, because on the journey to the Americas, there were 2 blacks that were on board Columbus when he got here. So if they saw people that looked like them already here, where is the eyewitness account, and where is that on record of them verifying that they see people? No, there's distinctions being made. But let's let them talk.
Extinguished our title. They took us from having the title of indigenous. Indigenous is not a person or anything. Indigenous is just a title. You're indigenous. Doesn't mean you're indigenous to the particular land. So indigenous came to turn into being Indian. They took you from that and gave you black. And then we know how it went. They didn't change it from black to colors, to Negroes, back to blacks, to colors, then to African Americans. But black is just a caste system. Black and white is a caste system. Then that caste system gave way to white supremacy. Then it gave way to white privilege, which is also gives way to indigenous oppression or black oppression. So with all those European imperialism, colonization, capitalism, racism, white supremacy.
He called black and indigenous. He used black and he didn't call it. He used black and indigenous as synonymous with one another, and that's furthest from the facts. Furthest from the facts. This debate is about, are Black people in the Americas indigenous to the Americas? And he's been talking for quite a while.
Supremacy and white privilege, that equals total societal system, total societal continental collapse. That's what we're living in. Our whole society was collapsed due to warfare and all those things: imperialism, colonization, capitalism, racism, white supremacy, and white privilege. It collapsed. And from it collapsed, we then got total system dynamic. And Dr. Francis Cress Wilson talks about that in the ISIS paper with the system of white supremacy, that it's all in education, economics, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and medicine. We have European imperialism and all those things. So America is experienced, or the indigenous people of America is experienced white supremacy because of imperialism, European imperialism, and the doctrine of discovery. So I want to start again. We're going to get into the depictions of the indigenous people, but we want to start that America was a high culture civilization, because once we start that America was a high culture civilization, we then can see that America, the antiquity, which means history, the antiquity, or which history means, goes back very, very far of America. So this article right here, the name America, or America, just basically stating America did not come from America Vespucci. America came from when Christopher Columbus and the different conquistadors came down. These people said their name of their land was Amaruca. Amaruca. These people said that, and this is from Frank Joseph in the Atlantis Encyclopedia. So you got to connect the dots here. You're going to have to go to many different things. They also said their land was called, bearing the title, the Feathered Serpent. Land of the Feathered Serpent. So when you hear serpent, understand serpent represents wisdom, health, and divine cosmic Kundalini energy. And the feathers, they're always going to have the name down. These people said their name of their land was Amaruca. Amaruca. These people said that, and this is from Frank Joseph in the Atlantis Encyclopedia. So you got to connect the dots.
So let's pull it up. Frank Joseph. Frank Joseph, Atlantis Encyclopedia. Let me put it on the screen. So here's the book that he's using, that he's quoting right here. Frank Joseph, The Destruction of Atlantis. Frank Joseph. So let's find out. It's a handbook of the Atlantean information for general readers and specialists alike. This is an invaluable, one-of-a-kind reference. So let's go look up who Frank Joseph is. Let's see if we can pull up. Let's see if this is him. Let's go down to the bottom. We have to look. Yeah, the Atlantis Encyclopedia. Okay, all right. So this is who we have. All right. We know this is him. Francis Joseph Collins is an American former political activist and Midwest coordinator of the American Nazi Party. He is a member of the American far-right and neo-Nazi political party, later known as the National Socialist White People's Party. After being ousted for being partly Jewish, which he denied, 1970, Collins founded the National Socialist Party of America. Skip on down, skip on down, skip on down. After being released early on parole from prison, yeah, he went to jail. It says it right here in the paragraph above. Collins created a new career as a writer, publishing numerous books under the pen name Frank Joseph. He wrote New Age and hyperdiffusionist works. So for ladies and gentlemen, those of you who don't know what New Age is, New Age is a range of spiritual or religious practices and beliefs which rapidly grew in Western society during the 1970s. Its highly eclectic and unsystematic structure makes a precise definition difficult. Although many scholars consider it a religious movement, its adherents typically deal with some other shit. Hyperdiffusionist, everybody should know what that is. All right. So, listen, he wrote New Age and hyperdiffusionist works supporting the pseudo-archaeological idea that old world people had migrated to North America in ancient times and created its complex societies of indigenous peoples. This thesis is rejected by mainstream scholars. For those of you who don't know what pseudo-archaeology is, it's fringe, fake, spooky, cult. All right. Now, you can learn a little bit more about him, but you need to know the author, right? And I think I can't remember, but I think because I was busy at the time because I was working and listening, but I do think that our dear brother Mofax, I think he did pull him up if I'm not mistaken. But this was one of his sources. So now that we know who he is, let's see if we can find something. We probably can find a book. Let's look with the reviews. That's pretty much what to do. Frank Joseph's Bad Atlantis Encyclopedia, shameless fake news of Plato's Atlantis, because he uses something out of there and then he refers back to Plato's name being used. All right. So it was published in 2005. Since then, it has spread a lot of nonsense and confusion among all who's interested in Plato's Atlantis. There's so many mistakes in the book that it is not possible to assume a well-minded but less intelligent author. It is rather likely that Frank Joseph knew exactly what nonsense he was compiling. So, browsing the lemata, we now browse through the lemata of the encyclopedia, stop here to think and pick and yada yada yada. He called ancient Egypt for the Isles of the Flame, descriptive of a large volcano, yada, yada, yada. These are points. Now, I don't have this in the description because I wanted to do this live. Because, excuse me, when you're dealing with people's work, you also got to read some of the things to get a grasp of it, because you're not going to read the book in a short amount of time, especially when you're in the middle of a debate and somebody's pulling this up, unless you're already familiar with this. But for those of us who already knew who the dude was, we know that he deals with fake infringed information. So the conclusion of what is provided states that Frank Joseph is a really bad book in many manifold sense. First, provided information. He says, first, the provided information is bad, wrong. And since the information is ludicrously wrong, we have to assume that it is fake news by intention, by bad intention. The information is bad, the intention is bad, and the results are bad because the book is the source of much nonsense and confusion about Plato's Atlantis. Those of you who are interested in reading this, I'm sorry, Lucky, I had to. Yeah, he uses skinhead as a source. But yeah, so there you have it. And I'm gonna put that in the chat. And I apologize to the listening audience, those of you who are catching the replay, and you'll see in the chat the links drop because I did put it where the chat will appear. But I will save it and add it in the description for those of you who are interested in combating the pseudoscience and pseudo-archaeology. So in his first attempt to provide evidence to us, he takes us to a neo-Nazi who got kicked out of being what he was and published an encyclopedia that was pseudo. That's his first source. He used a lot of conjecture before naming this source. And then he name dropped Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, which I said he can't not use her because he doesn't even directly cite her, but the mere fact of that he mentions her causes problems. But let's continue.
So you're gonna have to go through many different things. They also said their land was called, bearing the title, the Feathered Serpent. Land of the Feathered Serpent. So when you hear serpent, understand serpent represents wisdom, health, and divine cosmic Kundalini energy. And the feathers, they're always going to have to talk about the feathers, and you see we always wear feathers. And also notice that they have on right here, they got the Indians. You see on the United States, the eagle has the bows and arrows. So I'm gonna go a little quicker.
I'm sorry, can you pause this time? Are y'all able to see what he's showing? Are you showing something with feathers, or is it just the introduction?
You can't see the other. Yeah, I'm showing.
All I see is introduction, part 1, an ancient high culture existed. That's all I see.
Yeah, it didn't go. It must ain't going to the next screen then. Can you see it now?
Okay, yeah. All right, it moved.
Okay.
You can you want to reset it?
All right. Can y'all see it now?
Yeah, do you want to continue? Yeah, do you want to wait? Did you switch it yet? We see the name America or Amu Raka. That's what we see.
Okay. Okay, maybe if I do it, I'm probably gonna have to do it like this.
My bad. I want to talk about something real quick. Why you got that shit on the screen? I'm trying to think of what my source at. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for my source. It's in the description of the video, but I didn't pull it up. So let me pull it up. I put it in the description. Boom. See how fast it happened? How did America get its name? Today, America celebrates its independence. Our founding fathers drafted and adopted the Declaration of Independence, declaring America's freedom from Great Britain and setting in motion universal human rights. While the colonies may have established America, it was given a name long before. America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, the Italian explorer who set forth the then revolutionary concept that the lands that Christopher Columbus sailed to in 1492 were part of a separate continent. A map created in 1507 by Martin Welsmuller was the first to depict this new continent with the name, a Latinized version of Amerigo. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, we want to copy his name. We want to look him up. We want to know who this dude is. Right? Because Buddy put him in this presentation. We didn't claim this. Buddy's making these claims. Right? So, Amerigo Vespucci. He's Italian. All right? We already know he's a little explorer. He was running around the Age of Discovery. First half was Spain and Portugal. He was doing all of that. But this is who is responsible for naming America. Anybody want to argue against it? Show us the evidence that will refute this. Here you go. This is how we know. So they tell the whole little story and they go through all of this, but this is where you get your name from. This is where America gets its name from. Why are we playing this game? All right. Vespucci's voyage became widely known in Europe after two accounts attributed to him were published between 1503 and 1505. The Soderini letter, which we have to look that up, came to the attention of a group of humanist scholars studying geography in St. Die, if it's relevant to our topic, our research. A small French town in Duchy of Lorraine, led by Walter Lud. The academy included Matthias Ringman and Martin Waldseemüller. They obtained the French translations of Soderini letter and as well as a Portuguese maritime map that detailed the coast of the lands recently discovered in the Western Atlantic. They surmised that this was the New World and the antipodes hypothesized by classical writers. The Soderini letter gave Vespucci credit for discovery of this new continent and implied that the Portuguese map was based on his explorations. So we look at that letter to get the justification because we want to get the primary. But he gets credit for that, right? And we can just go back in there and deal with the letters. Doesn't matter. We can deal with them however we want to. If we got to go deeper than the deepest just to prove our point, we can go grab the letters and argue from the letters. The first rendition comes up out of the 1501 shit. So that we know. So let's get back to this dude and his Abo Amaruka. I don't know how he did that shit. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, so I was just showing, I don't know if everybody's seen that, but basically right here is showing you right here that the name America or Amaruka, this is from the Atlantis Encyclopedia by Frank Joseph, and it's showing that the name America is not by Amerigo Vespucci.
Brother Paul, is your mic, is his mic sounding all right to y'all? This is a little traffic on the mic.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, now I can hear y'all. Start your time.
Better.
Okay. All right. So this is what I was showing though. Basically, this article right here just shows that America, the true name of America, Amaruka. If you notice, those principles are going to be Kemetic or Egyptian names. Again, Amaruka. This basically when the Spanish rolled up and they rolled up on the indigenous Americans, they told them that.
Pause. Say that again.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, now I can hear y'all. Start your time.
Better.
Okay. All right. So this is what I was showing though. Basically, this article right here just shows that America, the true name of America, Amaruka. If you notice, those principles are going to be Kemetic or Egyptian names.
That ain't got shit to do with America. And ain't nobody over there named Amaruka. Where did you fix this fancy slide that can't nobody read to try to claim this bullshit? Go ahead.
Again, Amaruka. This basically when the Spanish rolled up and they rolled up on the indigenous Americans, they told them that was the name of their land in many different ways.
No, they didn't. If they said this is another claim. He said that when they rolled up on them, that in so many ways they told the people this is the name of their land. Where is that in the documents? Where is that in the documents? These are the Columbus letters. So don't you think that when they get here, Hold on, let me get to the last. Don't you think that right here, that we would find out something? This is from 1492. We have the manuscripts. More facts. We have the manuscripts. You should have been right here. You should have been beat him up using all the documents that I showed earlier. There was no reason to go through all of this with this pseudo. There was none of that. You stretched this out for no reason. You could have took him out the blue. Look, I'm finna tell you how. Just watch the screen right here as the pictures, the images flip. Watch the images flip. Watch what comes up. Look in the bottom left-hand corner. Pay attention to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Now I just zoomed in so everybody can see it. Wait till the map comes up. When the map pulls up, watch what it says. Vespucci map. Vespucci map. We just pulled a dude up. What's his name? Vespucci. He tried to refute it and say Vespucci gets credit for it, but he ain't the one who said it. Them people been saying it. Bullshit. Come on, man.
It means lands of the feathered serpent. So at the same time,
What mean land of the feathered serpent? Because guess what? Since you're trying to make this shit mean some Egyptian shit, the word for land is ta. T-A, ta. Not a, not mu, not ra, not ka. Ta in ancient Egyptian lingo. So how does that mean what you just said? Go ahead, my brother. Pseudo-rise us up.
If you notice, those principles are going to be Kemetic or Egyptian names. Again, Maru Ka. This basically when the Spanish rolled up and they rolled up on the indigenous Americans, they told them that was the name of their land in many different ways. It means lands of the feathered serpent. So at the same time, the serpent is not evil. That's what I was showing you guys, the feather and everything. I'm gonna move to the next slide just in case I know the time going. Okay, so this is showing civilization in the Americas. All of America was a highly civilized, advanced culture. We had trade and everything here in America. America had all aspects of a high-class society from North, Central, and South America. One of our biggest cities in America was right here in the middle. Right here is going to be Cahokia. That was one of the biggest cities in North America. And then we had another one, Tenochtitlan, down in Mexico, and there's another one in Peru of the Incas. These was all big centers of civilization on this land. Now, humans in America have existed 250,000 years ago. We have this book, Discovering the Mysteries of Ancient America, the Lost History and Legends Unearthed and Explored, again by Frank Joseph. And the article that's here right here is saying humans in America 250,000 years ago.
Now, we just went over who Frank Joseph is. So now he used one of Frank Joseph's books. He's back again with another Frank Joseph book. So instead of going to find supportive evidence for Frank Joseph's book, the first time he used it, he didn't cross-reference it, and he didn't substantiate the information. He just used it. So he presented it to us. And now he uses another Frank Joseph book. This time, Frank Joseph claims humans in America 250,000 years.
by Dr. Virginia Steen McIntyre. What happened here is that they found a mammoth pelvis, and in that mammoth pelvis, they had went and got it tested and got the dates tested for it. The dates tested back first to 20,000 years. When she took it somewhere else, she noticed that the C14 method told her it was 40,000 years old. Now, if we're finding things in America, let's start before we even go deeper. If you find things in America 20 and 40,000 years ago, you know nobody else could have did it but Negroes, because nobody else lived on Earth. No other culture of man lived on.
So, what do you mean? You said wasn't nobody else on the planet 40,000 years ago that looked different? Dude, are you aware that when people left out of Africa, they began to mutate and adapt 60 to 80,000 years ago? What are you talking about? No, white people ain't 6,000 years. No, they not 10,000 years. No, they not 13,000 years. No, they not 15,000 years. That mutation transpired a lot earlier than what people were saying in the pseudo community 5, 6, 8 years ago. You don't follow the science. You don't follow the science. So let's see if we can find this so-called mammoth. Mammoth found with human bones in the stomach. Are we sure? Because I'm looking. I just want to know. I want to see. I can't see his screen, so I can't really argue it. Human in America, discovering the mysteries of ancient America. Frank Joseph. Hold up. Let me look the book up. Discovering the mysteries. I don't care if y'all see my screen. This is where he got the information from. That's why his screenshots look like that and can't nobody read them. I'm looking for the mammoth. Let me go back to humans in America. Humans in America. Egyptians in pre-Columbia America, y'all, at 188. So this is it. So I'm skipping it somewhere. Well, I'm skipping it at. Come on, man. Identify yourself. Oh, here you go, page 37. America's first civilization older than believed. Zachariah Stitchin. Oh my God, this book full of pseudo. Kennewick man is in the book. Bro, he don't know. He didn't cross-reference this shit. He just went with it. Here goes his source right here. Don't that look like his source on the screen? Humans in America. You can't really make it out. But that's his source right here. So his source looked like that because he screenshotted the book and then he put it in there. So he don't have the book. So why the fuck should we have the book? So he screenshot all of this and then he added this next paragraph over here. So let's see what the fuck it say. We know a pseudo, but we can see what it say. Look, he named her Dr. Virginia Steen McIntyre. According to current established theory, humans entered the New World, our part of the globe, 12,000 years ago at most. Modern man, or Homo sapiens, supposedly evolved only about 100,000 years ago, and that was somewhere in the old world. This view is taught throughout America's educational system and propounded by most of the anthropologists. But a late 20th century discovery seriously challenges the dominant paradigm. It was made about 70 miles southeast of Mexico City, approximately 2 miles south of Puebla, another much smaller city. So there in the high mountain valley lies the Velasquela Reservoir, surrounded by three of Mexico's famous volcanoes, La Melechi, Chetahula, Popocatépetl, exposed in the eroded bluffs on the reservoir shoreline in a series of ancient sedimentary beds, volcanic ash, yada, 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 yada. First mentioned and noted by prehistorian Juan Armento Camacho. Man-made artifacts of flake chert, flint also eroding beds. Puebla native, he stumbled across a large mammoth pelvis protruding from a stream bank in the nearby Alasica Arrow in June of 1933. At the same time, he found the leg bone of another elephant-like creature with a flint spear pointed solidly driven into it. Obviously, someone at that time had hunted that beast. Who was that hunter? Where did he live for the next 30 years? Camacho tried to answer these questions, yada, 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 yada. His search as well as rewarded discovery of 100 partial skeletons of a mastodon, mammoths, camels, ancient horses, and antelopes, scratched by human head blades, and a whole other stuff. This is his source. But he is using this to say that somebody hunted this animal. Okay, and what if he's wrong about the date? And I'm just being funny because we know that this information is super pseudo. So let's do this. Mexican prehistorian Juan Armento Camacho. Copy. Let's go find Camacho. It's this simple, y'all. You're reading a book. We know the whole book pseudo. Okay, we understand that. He's a prehistorian. You don't know. Do y'all know what a prehistorian is? I'm gonna show y'all what a prehistorian is. So let's look him up. Damn, y'all ain't gonna give us no information on him? Damn. This is the site right here. It's an archaeological site in Velasquela Basin near the Puebla, Mexico. After excavations in the 60s, the site became notorious due to geochronologist analysis that indicated human habitation at the Hualtalco was dated at 25,000 years before present. The controversial findings almost double the earliest age assigned by scientific consensus for habitation of the New World, which generally traces widespread human migrations back to 13 to 16,000 years. The findings at Hualtalco are a subject and continued debate in the scientific community and have seen only occasional discussions in literature. Skip. 67, Lorenzo instituted, yada, yada, yada. Williams counter-argued that Lorenzo's claim was malicious and without merit. Claims started by archaeologists, each stated independently attested to integrity of the excavations and professionalism of the group's methodology. All right. In a letter of quaternary research, Irwin Williams objected to several points in the article by Steen McIntyre, responding by point rebuttal, yada, yada, yada. What was the end of that? During the geological conference, they co-presented paleomagnetic research, volcanic ash in Aluto, too, and was dated sometime around the yada, yada, yada. So what happened? Biostratigraphic researcher Sam Van Landingham has published 2 peer-reviewed analyses that confirm the earlier findings of a Ca250 YBP for the tool-bearing strata. His 04 analysis found samples dated back to the Sangomian stage. By present, which came to the conclusion, yada, yada, yada. This ain't helping us say nothing. This was just a big-ass debate about some shit that they couldn't even get together. But they talked about the pre-Clovis period, and then they began to move dates. But this ain't the only thing to help them move dates, and this is not a problem. I don't see a problem because they're not going beyond 20,000 years. Even with that, and the argument about this evidence as an archaeological site is skeptic because they haven't found supportive evidence of that. So, brother, what are you using this for? And that book, pseudo-ass book? In the book, does it say that she took this shit anywhere? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. From what we were reading, it doesn't. It goes and talks about Juan Armento Camacho. That's what it talks about. And then it continues to talk about Camacho. And then it says, but leaders of the archaeological establishment in Mexico ignored the evidence, declaring without discussion that the groove and the smashed bones was a result of nature. Now, man, that's why when you go back to the article that I just showed up, they talked about fucking a volcanic explosion. That's why they were talking about the volcano. In 08, let me go back to it. In 08, during the Geological Society of America conference, Joseph Litico presented paleomagnetic research into the volcanic ash at Huauto. The ash was dated to sometime after the Bernese Matayama reversal. And then it's giving this shit. That's why I went to the ash. Okay. But hold on. Back to the book. Let's see where it say this lady went somewhere. During joint field work, Juan and Cynthia discovered 4 sites with fossil bones and yada, yada, yada. So again, Virginia Steen McIntyre ain't said she went no goddamn well. So how the fuck does he come to the conclusion that the person writing this shit went somewhere else to get shit tested and dated and yada, 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 and all of this shit? She ain't went nowhere. We talking about the Halto site. We got this shit up. It's mentioned right here. We here. But where in this pseudo-ass book is it telling us that this lady went somewhere to deal with something? Virginia Steen McIntyre found physical proof of human existence in the Americas dating back to 250,000 years ago. So let me show y'all who she is. This is another case of, right? This is another case of, oh my God, gracious. Oh my gracious, gracious, gracious. Yeah, put this lady up here. Put this lady up here. Where you at? I'm gonna put it on the screen. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if she got a wiki page, but she don't. She an old lady now. She old. But here we go. She appears in Michael Cremo's Forbidden Archaeology book. That's her. That's her. She appears in the Forbidden Archaeology book, another horrible pseudo-archaeological book. Man, this is terrible, bro. This all right. Let me let this nigga go, bro. I'm tripping. I'm stretching this bitch all the way out. I ain't supposed to.
Now, if we're finding things in America, let's start before we even go deeper. If you find things in America 20 and 40,000 years ago, you know nobody else could have did it but Negroes, because nobody else lived on Earth. No other culture of man lived on Earth. All these other people, Europeans, didn't even exist then.
How does he know that no other culture of man lived on Earth 40,000 years ago when we can show a distinct difference in culture among man 40,000 fucking years ago? Make it make sense.
So this is by carbon data. So when they first did it, it was 20,000. Then they took it back to 40,000. Then it went to an astonishing 250,000 degrees. I mean, I'm talking about degrees, 250,000 years. It went back 250,000 years back. Now, this is just another slide just showing that same thing right there. Like Virginia McIntyre, she did go ahead and find it, and she dated back 250,000 years. She sent it to somebody named Barney Sasbo, and that's who came up with the 40,000 year. And then that once they tested the pelvic again, it went back to either could be 600,000, give or take, to 340,000 years back. So it could have been people on this continent back 250,000 years ago. And these are not the only people saying this. A lot of people say this about America, and it's coming back deeper and deeper.
Who is a lot of people? There go them and they again. Who are the people? Name them. Who are these people and why are they being named? We would like to know.
See, as now with the advent of technology, people can date things back and find out like how far back it go, and that's putting holes in all their lies. How they're saying everybody came from the Bering State. These people didn't exist to come from the Bering State straight 250,000 years ago. Does that make sense to y'all? Now we got some more articles here in that same book, Ancient America Unearthed, and this is just another article by Mark Rowland, and it says right here that a major discovery to the contrary made 2 years ago by university-trained experts and independent validated earlier this.
He is using this. So now he's saying no more Clovis, right out of this same book, right? No more Clovis, right? So again, and Sutek brought it up in the chat. Jennifer Raff, I didn't want to pull her book up, so I went to her 2022 article. And it talks about work in her new book that helps paint the picture about the migratory patterns into the Americas and what evidence we actually have. We have the evidence. We are living through a revolution in the scientific study of human history because of recent technical developments and approaches for recovering and analyzing DNA, plus sequencing whole genomes. Geneticists and archaeologists' ability to ask and answer questions about the past have improved dramatically. Scientists once thought the people of America occurred around 13,000 years ago, following the last ice age when a small group of people crossed the Bering Land Bridge from Northeast Asia to Northwest Alaska. In the last 10 to 20 years, however, a mountain of new evidence has emerged showing us that people had been in the Americas for thousands of years before then. Pause. This dude went into a debate using outdated sources. That was problem number one. The material that he used was horrible. That was problem number two. Problem number three is he never showed and proved Black people being in Americas before Columbus arrives. He only talked about when Columbus and them showed up, and then all this other shit that transpired beyond that had to deal with trade and some whole other bullshit, then taking people up out of the country and sending their ass to Europe type shit. He never stayed on topic. All these sources are in the description. These are not things that we haven't read before. We've read these things before numerous times aloud. I have the book. Do I not have the book? I've shown people that I have the book. The whole book kills all of that. It tells us why the pre-Clovis shit went to wayside and why new evidence does this, that, and the third. If he wasn't aware that in 2017 they found the damn rafts that they came down the Celtic Highway on. So what the fuck you saying? Go ahead.
This summer confirms a human presence in America some 40,000 years ago.
That's a lie.
The finding is additionally important because it proved that men were on the move around the world much earlier than mainstream scholars.
So you're using sources that contradict yourself. 1 minute, the same source is saying that people was here 250,000 years ago. Now you're saying another source is saying 40,000 years ago. Still wrong. Both of them are still wrong because there's no supportive data. But the fact that you're using the same source and on the next fucking pages, they contradict each other behooves me.
Will have us believe. Moreover, it pointedly applies that the 40,000-year-old residents originated in some place other than Mongolia. So they're telling you that the Mongolians, the people they're calling Indians, are not the people who was here 40,000 years ago. That's what they're saying. The people who was here could have been the Mongolians 40,000 years ago. And Mark Rowland is saying that it's not the Mongolians. Now, in addition to the pelvic bones, in addition to them saying people was here 40,000 years ago, they have found footprints 38,000 years old in America. We're going to read this right here. I ain't going to read the whole thing because I know we only got 5 minutes. But it said the footprints are clearly older than 38,000 years. He and his colleagues additionally employed laser scans and rapid prototype equipment to create highly accurate three-dimensional copies, accurate to a fraction of a millimeter. So again, we have footprints in the Americas 38,000 years ago. We have remains in Brazil 16,000 years ago. This in the same article, come from Mark Rowland. Then, who is responsible for lying about this Bering Strait fable? It is Washington, D.C. Now, these are archaeologists saying this. This is not.
The Bering Strait is still alive. Who the fuck called it Washington, D.C.? Who gave Washington, D.C. permission for what archaeologists discovered? Paleontologists work for. Anthropologists uncovered. Geneticists uncovered. All of these people in these different scientific fields went out there and found the fucking genetic evidence and more to substantiate it. The diggers was digging. The DNA extractors were extracting DNA. They were uncovering bones, tools, consumption, human DNA, animal DNA. God damn. Yo, like these Aboriginal dudes that want to be indigenous all over the world, They don't read. They just deny. This is the perfect example of confirmation bias. They don't consider the evidence, and the information that they receive come from pseudo-archaeological books that they put on us. And this dude argued with this shit for the first entire round. A pseudo-archaeological book, not one, but two, written by the same motherfucker. He didn't even go get not one scientific article to substantiate it or cross-reference it to make sure the validity of it was true. This is bad business, man. It's bad business. It's bad business. Listen, Mo Facts, if you're listening, bro, and I think you'll catch the replay. Peep game. The only reason that you won was because first of all, he wasn't even convincing. Two, right? For those of us who knew about the information, we knew how bad his presentation and his information was in this conversation with you. So in the chat, I was saying to you, Mo, specifically to you, Mo, I was like, yo, you're not sounding convincing. You're just talking. You're not, there was no energy. You weren't conveying yourself to your audience. You weren't teaching us. See, like earlier, that first debate, Port City was teaching. He knew he had the information. You knew that you had the information, Mo. That wasn't without a shadow of a doubt. But your energy was off. And I kept trying to figure out why. Why does dude energy off? Quit trying to be cool and teach us. Bro, you have to remember in a debate, you're the teacher. So you're talking to an audience that doesn't know anything. That's how you got to treat everybody like they don't know shit. So you got to teach them. You got to convince the audience. That's why I said in the chat, I said, if this was a courtroom and you was arguing your case against the jury, is this how you would argue your case, Mo? Now, I don't think that you caught that or saw that, so I'm saying it again. If there was any critique that I had, that's my most important critique. It wasn't about the information. I needed you to set the stage and argue from evidence. You could have did a better job than that, but you did. You still argued with evidence, but you could have did a better job in your argument to that. And that goes back to my point about the jury. I just think you could have did a better job from that. Had more energy, more passion, been in it to argue it to the audience and convey your information and convince the listening audience. That's my biggest critique of you. You didn't match Port City's energy. Port City was a 3-0. Clear cut on evidence, presentation, conveying, demonstrating, sticking to the subject matter. He taught. He didn't get caught up in the bullshit of the other gentleman, none of that. He taught. You digressed. You didn't have that same energy, conviction, the ability to convey or rigor that Port had. You didn't match Port's energy. And y'all are cool. So even though y'all got different styles of fighting, that is the example. If you watch Not a Coincidence's debate against the Abos the other day, that is the example that I keep telling y'all, because I'm not debating these dumbass niggas. I help y'all with research, everything you need me to do, bro. You need an article, a source. Yo, I'm going, you know where I'm going to put them at. Just go get them. Yeah, but I don't care how many jewels you drop on TikTok. He has an audience that don't know who he is, bro. There were people in that chat that never been on Port's channel and never saw Mo or Port before or listened to him. That was an opportunity to gain a listening audience, new members, new subscribers, and potentially more shares because they're going to pass that information on to other people. The trickling effect. So I don't know if he was sick. He caught COVID before the fight. I don't know what it was. I don't know if his woman left him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't get no tootie. You know, he was upset about it. I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But if there's anything, this dude's information is so bad that you made him think that he was in this debate each round because of your energy level, Mo. I'm gonna let him finish this round because we ain't, you know what I mean, I ain't gonna drag this shit out. Cause I'll be here 4 hours talking to y'all about this dumbass shit that we seen during this debate.
Imhotep the Great saying this is archaeologists. One of the authorities long accused of promoting the Bering Land Bridge fable was the famous Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Now,
first of all, bro, you sound like 111 Truth. Say the fucking word right. Don't come up in here with this psychobabble and then confusing us because we got your little book the same way you got the goddamn book. We got the goddamn book in the International Archives while you screen cutting and pasting and all kind of other bullshit. And we know you got all of that. Claiming shit. This book makes claims and doesn't provide evidence for the claims. The person who claims that America is so ancient and old is Zachariah Stitchin. He the big pseudo. Why the fuck we listening to him? He ain't educated us on shit ever. But go ahead.
Why would Washington, D.C. be pushing this Bering Land Bridge fable? They're calling it a fable, you see?
Why would, in a pseudo-ass archaeological book, they're going to call it a fable. But why would Washington, D.C. be a proponent of the fucking land bridge, bro? They came in this bitch and took the whole fucking country. Do you not recall that, nigga? They came and took the whole fucking landmass. From Canada to damn near Central America. They pushed motherfuckers to the west and then funneled them into fucking Mexico. And the ones they wanted to tolerate, they left them bitches alone. Excuse my French. They stayed somewhere in the west, on the west coast in fucking Oklahoma. They designated their asses to certain areas of the country that they didn't want to participate in because it ain't enough resources, ain't enough what they need over there. That's why you can go buy land cheap as fucking North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and all them other motherfucking places over there in central USA, because it ain't no value of that shit over there. So you don't know, bro. DC ain't no got, the Smithsonian ain't got shit to do with that. I've been on Kevin Short. I've been on an hour and a half, bro.
Promoting of the Bering Land Bridge fable. Washington D promotes that because Washington D.C. knows they have an Aboriginal and they miss. That's Washington D.C. dirty little secret.
Washington D.C. has an Aboriginal in their midst. That's Washington D.C.'s secret. That's another claim. Bro, I didn't listen to you in your first round, and you've made 6 other claims, and you haven't provided supportive evidence, and the information that you provided to us in this round comes from the same source Frank Joseph, a pseudo neo-Nazi motherfucker. 2 of his books. That's what you use. And in both of them books, he uses a collections of other pseudo scientific, archaeological, and historical pieces of bullshit people. Frank Joseph is big pseudo.
See, like every country in the Americas, Washington, D.C. has an aboriginal, which is the Black American, us. That's why Washington, D.C. is...
Facts, Kevin Troy, until they found fucking oil in Oklahoma. That's exactly what they did. They pushed motherfuckers all the way out west, all the way in areas that they deemed that was uninhabitable and lack resources that they didn't fucking want. And when they realized that there were no resources there, some shit that they didn't want, they were okay with motherfuckers inhabiting those lands. And then the fucking oil turned up. You goddamn right. Then they brought their little happy asses in there for that fucking oil. Good point. Good shit.
Or on that. They only want to start history at 2,000-3,000 years ago with the Americas because they don't want you to know.
They do not start no goddamn history 2,000 or 3,000 years ago in no fucking Americas. They wasn't here 2,000 or 3,000 years ago to start no fucking history 2,000 or 3,000 years ago in the Americas. Nosy motherfuckers who wanted to know who were the first people on the face of this earth began to become more curious about everywhere that people inhabited land. These fields of study and science promoted this shit. So when they began to start finding evidence of earlier bones that were accidentally being dug up, these specific site locations where evidence of early Americans was showing up, that became the information that needed to be retained, and those people in those field of studies made it relevant to tell the stories of the first people and show and prove. You keep thinking that the white man is scared to tell their story. These white men have documented their disingenuous, animalistic, demonizing behavior since they fucking set sail into fucking the rest of the world. When they sucked their teeth in another fucking human being, they were satisfied with the taste of flesh. And you finna tell me that they didn't write about that shit, that they were scared to hide that shit? No, they took people with them called chroniclers who wrote the day-to-day journals. How the fuck do you think we know about fucking Christopher Columbus, his goddamn journals? How do you think we know about Azura? He's a fucking classical chronicler. We know about him coming into West Africa with the fucking Portuguese. We know this fucking shit. They wrote about it. They didn't expect us to fucking ever read this shit because we didn't even understand it. We couldn't even communicate with these motherfuckers. They wrote it in a language that they could communicate it amongst themselves, and they bragged about it. We just took 20 prime Negroes from fucking butt-fuck Senegal and brought their asses back to serve the king and motherfucking tend to the land as slaves. They talked about this shit. What are we talking about? These people don't give two flying fucks about documented history. They run and own America, nigga. What the fuck are they hiding? They ain't gotta hide shit. Who gonna check them? They got a military. Who gonna get mad enough to want to fight America in America over the fact that they did this, that, and the third? You're making no goddamn sense. That argument makes no sense. They gonna tell on themselves. They've been telling on themselves. They don't give a fuck. They took this bitch. And that's what goes back to the fucking point. If they're smart enough to sit here and write about what the fuck they did and tell you, all right, what you gonna do about it? And you ain't got the military. They got a whole military. They got a whole military. You think you finna come before the whole military? Let's see how long that shit lasts. They gonna blow you up. You ain't even seeing them coming. They don't care nothing about none of that. who is going to come against them where they are the most protected?
Stuff going back 50,000, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 years ago over here in this land. Because their whole sense of history.
Hey, nigga. Hey. Ain't nothing going back 2, 3, 4, 500,000 years ago in North, Central, or South America. One more time. Ain't nothing going back 2, 3, 4, 500,000 years. Ain't nothing going back 50,000 years ago. Ain't nothing going back more than 30,000 years ago. As of right now, ain't nothing going further than 23,000, or let's just say 25,000 years ago. Nothing. The oldest fossilized records we have are footprints that we continue to keep on talking about, and I don't fucking know why, but we continue to bring this shit up, and we continue to have to show everybody in the whole world that on August 5th, we talked about this already. The footprints date between 21,000 and 23,000 years ago. It has been confirmed, and this is the oldest evidence that we have of early humans being in the Americas. Their footprints, fossilized fucking footprints. We have them. So, before he closes his round, because I'm going to let him close his round, I just don't want to be dumbed down by dummies. I provided you with a source for Docs Teach. This is an online tool for teaching with documents from the National Archives. So, in this, we have a host of primary sources that we can use to educate the dumbasses that we continue to have conversations with. Who are the dumbasses? People like the buddy that we're on the line with. So, let's look at all documents related to American Indians. Okay, so we can go in here and we can go find all the documents that we need about the people before. We got 1855 documents. We got 1900 documents. We got all kind of other documents. This nigga stink. We got all kinds of shit. Yeah, we got it. We ain't got to do all that. Indian Appropriations Act. We have it all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We have it all. I swear this dude disrespectful, dude. I'm going to shoot him in his ass. We have it. We ain't got no jeans, bro. We ain't got no pair of jeans 2,000 years old. But we got primary sources. And these pages keep growing and growing and growing and growing. Do y'all really want me to show y'all who these people look like? They damn sure don't look like no indigenous aboriginal of America. They damn sure don't. They don't look nothing like what Smoke Signal claimed he looked like. That's for damn sure. Come on, man. Y'all really want me to show y'all these pictures, bro? Oh, you think he black, don't you? Nah, you can't think he black. You ain't that stupid. You ain't that stupid. These primary evidences. Primary. Come on, man. We ain't got to say something led us somewhere or this, that, and the third. We got the documents. We can talk about them. Yeah, they got good pictures of them. Best thing to happen. And if they had a camera, if they designed a camera in the 1500s, the conversation would have been over in the 1500s because we would have had the images of them in the early 1500s since y'all don't like paintings. And it would have ended all of that. All of it. It says choose from thousands of primary sources for use in the classroom activities. Are you not going to sit here and tell me that I need to listen to somebody on the internet that ain't got none of these primary evidences? Look at these Apache people. What we talking about? Look, Arizona, right? Apache from Arizona. Look where it's from. New Mexico, Apache. Chickasaw documents. Bro, like, come on, man. What we doing? Arapaho. Look at these people. Look at these people. Who looks like a Negro? Who looks like a Negro here? We know this motherfucker white. But who looks like a Negro? Who the Negro in this photo? Where did the indigenous motherfucker at? Where you at? Where you at, bro? This primary source shit. Come on, man. We ain't gotta play no games. Where y'all at doing this shit? Oh, my bad, because that's a painting. We can't use that, you know what I'm saying? We really can't talk lookership. You're right. You shouldn't. You shouldn't settle on lookership. But I'm using the source that says primary. So we can read. They're telling us about these. They're telling us, look at that. Art school in Indiana, in Phoenix, Indian school in Arizona. Are they drawing motherfucking shit that look like you? Do they look like fucking you? No, they don't look like you. So why are you claiming it? Go ahead, continue trying to dumb us down.
Will break down. Now, here's another one. In another book we in, Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, another fucking pseudo sophisticated book by this motherfucker, man. Every book that he used has been some fucking hot garbage. Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx. Brothers and sisters, women and men, children of all freaking ages, I would like to enter into evidence. Queen Mu. Why am I entering into evidence Queen Mu? Let me show y'all why. Augustus Lee Plegion believed that Queen Mu was a historical Mayan queen whose life was documented in the carved bas-relief statues and paintings he found at Chichen Itza. He asserted that Mu and her husband, Prince Ko, also known as Chakmu, were the inspiration for the Egyptian myth of Isis and Osiris. I ain't even finna read no more of that. Archaeological evidence. Leplegion discovered a well-preserved mural in the temples of the Jaguars at Chichen Itza. According to Tripp Evans and Leplegion, claimed the mural was the key to understanding the Chakmu's historical narrative. Evans explains that the meaning of the mural is still a mystery of modern scholars, but it may depict the 9th century sacking of the Mayan city, Piedras Negras. Leplegion believed the mural told the story of Prince Ko, Prince Ak, and Queen Mu. Criticisms. Y'all gotta go check this shit out. Plegion was not a trained archaeologist, but neither were many of his peers. He did contribute a great deal of archaeological data in the form of photographs and molds of ruins and artifacts from Exbal and Chichen Itza. However, during the late 1800s, archaeology was beginning to develop more rigorous scientific standards, and Le Plegion clashed with most of the contemporaries. Henry Chapman Mercer, an American archaeologist and curator of American and prehistoric archaeology in the 1990s, stated that he had discovered no proof of Plegion's startling deductions as to the Mayan and to the age of the Mayans and their migrations, but rather the contrary. Look, Thomas theorized about the possibility of a connection between the Maya, Atlantis, and the Old World. But even his assessment of Plegion's theories was, don't build too much on Plegion's theories or claims. Not a single point of contact between the Old and New Worlds before the Columbian era can be proved by monuments or facts so far found in the Yucatan or adjoining provinces. What more can I say? But go ahead. Tell us about Queen Mu, pseudo-Jew.
This book is called by Augustus Le Plegion, and he just flat out says it. America, oldest continent on the face of the earth. At the top, he says, the learned wranglers on this shadowy and dim point forget that all leading geologists now agree in the opinion that America is the oldest known continent on the face of the planet. That the fossil remains of human beings found in variation parts of it, far distant from each other, prove that man lived there in times immemorial, and that we have not the slightest ray of light to illuminate the darkness that surrounds the origin of those primeval men. Did we get that again? Man has lived in America since time immemorial.
So he never read Plegion's work or the counter argument that would correct Plegion. He just went out on the limb because he had a book and that he didn't qualify the information. This is where he's teaching from. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is, again, one of the biggest problems in the community is the ability to have proper research methodology and source critique. He didn't even think to cross-reference this shit. He just went in there, got these little books on our Internet Archive and started screen copying shit and putting them in slides. He didn't care if the shit was true, false, or whatever the fuck it may be. He didn't give a shit.
And America is the oldest continent on the face of the planet. Now, all these people all these people just set it together to make this up. They're doing laser scans right here that's coming back and telling you things in this land is 38,000 years old, 250,000 years old.
Who did the laser scans and where was that at? Because the only book that you showed, bro, was pseudo-archaeological books. You showed two of them and they both by the same person. So how the fuck did you come to that conclusion? According to what science? We have yet to see a scientific article, journal, or attestation that supports the bullshit that you're saying, bro. We ain't seen that shit yet. We ain't seen it at all, bro. So we want to know. Where's the evidence, man? Look what I say, bruh. Woe did a better job than this nigga.
All right, now let's go right here. Queen Mu. Now, it said America, the oldest continent on the face of the earth. Now we're going to go to ancient Mexico and Egypt. 10 parallels. Now, the whole point what I've been at is to show y'all that America was.
So here we go, comparing fucking shit in America to shit in Egypt. How, Sway? How, Sway? Shit crazy.
It's a high culture civilization. So if Egypt is the highest culture civilization ever, America and Egypt should be synonymous, like we're already been saying. So is America and Egypt have many parallels. I'm going to show you all this.
1 minute.
Man. How do I?
Bro, just stop, bro. Your shit over, bro. Stop.
I'm gonna have to come back with it because I was trying to pull it. I'm trying to learn how to switch my screen.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. I don't want to hear that shit no more. We're not a coincidence, ass though. What you getting wet for in the chat? They good with a PBJ and some ice cube, cold water. Oh. Yeah, it's all pseudo. We know that. He didn't have a viable argument. He didn't have a viable argument. That man gave us 4 pseudo sources. And he tried to argue them bitches like they was fucking about that life, like he was really about it. He was really about it. I just dropped the link in the chat, man. Not a coincidence is acting like he wanted to come on. But if he ain't gonna act like he ain't want to, if he gonna act like he ain't want to come on, you know what? Not a coincidence. You ain't gotta come on. You know what I'm saying? You busy? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool now to see. You ain't gotta come on, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get all the way, bro. I get all the way. It's all right. I know how I go down. Y'all still can see my screen? Y'all still can see my screen. Okay. Just because he don't want to come on the platform. Just because he don't want to come on the platform. He don't want to come on my. All right. Yeah, you ain't got to get.
It's vague. So that's why they can't answer your ethnic question, because, like,
I want y'all. Listen. I want y'all to listen closely to this. Okay? Truthfully, the chat. I want y'all to listen closely. Graham Hancock up there. Oh, yeah. Big shit right here. I want y'all to listen closely.
So I'll just come back on the phone. Sometimes the Wi-Fi be tripping. Let's see.
Just listen with your ears.
All right, it's in there.
All right, bet. 1 second. I'm about to hit the stream. All right.
Y'all just heard not a coincidence say it's in there, right? It's in there. It was not a coincidence.
I walked away from my phone. I was waiting. I was trying to catch up to what was going on.
Okay, Black Power, what's good with you though, man? You chilling?
Hey man, look. So I've been taking notes, trying to develop a direction.
You talking?
And look, so that last one, I had jumped in last.
It's like while we quiet and shit, he was fighting his sleep.
Yeah. Why y'all niggas quiet, yo? Look. Reference the shit and fix it. Yo, not single.
This nigga gone.
And look, so that last one, I had jumped in last night or the night before last? I jumped on one of their lives. I started pushing on ethnicity. That's my whole push on them now, ethnicity, right? So when I pushed on them on that, A1 had asked Shawan or a Shah son to read the definition. Like he didn't know what it meant. And I know he know what ethnicity. I'm hoping he knew what ethnicity was, but I really think he didn't know. You know what I mean? Because you go back and listen to it, he didn't know. You know what I mean? And the fact that they don't understand ethnicities and they can't even explain ethnicities on their land, that's a problem, bro. Then they dead in the water.
Yo, bro.
Somebody sleep, bro?
Who's snoring?
Somebody sleep.
Yeah, who's snoring?
Not a coincidence.
Hey,
that nigga fell asleep that fast.
That's not a coincidence, is it?
I think so, dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. I was waiting on him to read the source because Truth was putting the sources in there.
Who was putting source?
This nigga passed out.
Yo, listen to me.
Out of there. Hey, he's on there good.
Sean, like,
let me tell you the truth, bro. You can put a source anywhere that you would like to put a source. It doesn't give validity of it if you know how to cross-reference the shit and fix it. Yo, not a single one.
This nigga gone.
Yo.
Hey, I think I should call him.
This nigga.
Hey, if I call him with his phone ring right now.
Yeah, call him.
Yeah, call that nigga, bro. He's snoring on his phone log.
Somebody gonna clip that shit and play it back, yo. Yo, that nigga calling them dogs, nigga.
That nigga hitting them good Z's, man. Yeah, it's 2:30 on the East Coast.
Yo, call that nigga phone, yo.
Damn. That's why that nigga was acting like while we quiet and shit. He was fighting his sleep.
Yeah. Why y'all niggas quiet, yo?
God damn, that boy out of there, man. Yeah, I mean, somebody gotta call. Hold on.
Like how did he call him?
It's bad, bro. Hold on. I'm trying to call. Hold on, try to hit him on this.
We should all leave and let that nigga just snore for 8 hours.
That's fucked up, though. Damn, man, he should have given.
Listen, we listen to Not a Coincidence snore for like an hour.
You the controls, man.
Nah, Lucky got the control. Watch this.
Is not theirs. So
100%, like they're always finding new evidence, right? So, you know, I'm not against the talking points if there was the evidence to back it up, bro. But like you can't tell me that you believe in genealogy, bro, but not be willing to show it. That's my only thing. You know what I'm saying?
Look, he just woke himself up. He snored so loud right before this point. He woke himself up. Watch this.
To be able to prove your point. Now, if some people feel like their genealogy is private, I could respect that. You know what I'm saying? But
he acting like he wasn't asleep.
Then we can't talk about genealogy anymore if you're not willing to show it.
All right. So now look at the point you just made, though.
Look.
There he go.
Oh, this nigga woke up.
There he
oh
go.
Shit. This nigga came back from the dead.
Wake up, my guy. Yeah. Hey, we was holding him down till you woke up, love.
Bro, you was out of there, dog. This nigga was out of there, man. Oh, bro. They're gonna try to get you, dog.
It was like that.
Yeah, hey, look,
My
hey,
nigga,
look, but it's
my nigga,
all
you was
good.
dreaming of old New York. Hey, bro, you was back in the 90s, bro. You was dreaming of old New York and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, bring Sean P back up. My guy was going in.
Yeah, I'm trying to check these sources too, man. Like I said,
Hey,
bro.
but no,
Go
you
ahead,
had
Black
said
Power, man.
something.
Bro, this dude was asleep for a whole hour. A whole hour. And he wakes up out of nowhere and says, yo. He don't say, yo, hey, I need to end the stream. I'm trying to motherfucker. He don't say none of that. He says, yo. And then he let smoke signal on the panel. Now his smart ass mutes out.
Nah, like they gonna.
He mutes out. He mutes out. And when motherfuckers stop sharing the screen and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But then he up again because he let other motherfuckers on the panel. But he ain't saying shit. He just listening. Like you know how you be laying next to your phone or some shit? You in the bed, but you got your phone. You might get your earbud in. You can click a motherfucker in, click a motherfucker out. You sleep, but you can hear the noise and shit. When you get to a motherfucker, and then next thing you know, Lucky wakes up. I mean, Lucky gets on. When Lucky get on, you know what I'm saying? It's early in the morning. Sun up and shit. These niggas break day. Arguing with each other for 4 hours. 4 hours after not a coincidence was sleep. 4 hours. Lucky gets on the panel. Now Lucky got the control.
Ancestry of Native or Aboriginal or Indian in him, but he's not.
This dumbass I am guy is on the panel. And I guess Chris waking up, brushing his teeth, washing his face, hear this bullshit, and then the Chris alarm come in somewhere down here. Cujo on this bitch. Like it's a whole gang bang going on right there. They break day. They doing it so bad, bro. I get up and I'm like, I grabbed my phone and I was like, hold on, these niggas is still live. They still live. It's about 10 o'clock my time, which is 11:08 time. I think I get on around this point. Nope, I ain't even on there yet. I get on somewhere and it's crazy. Oh yeah, I pissed smoke signal off. Pissed smoke signal off.
12 years later, he goes on a spree of just saying, fuck it. Nobody's listening to me.
Yeah, I'm on the panel right there.
White ancestors. With zero, with the documentation.
I can't speak on that, bro. You feel me?
I can.
I'm gonna leave
You've seen
that.
You've seen it, true. Listen, he's not. Yo, listen, he's not, bro.
His grandfather couldn't get the coochie.
Taking the.
I'm saying, listen to me very carefully, bro.
Nah, Straight Smoke, you ran.
Before you ask your question, I'm saying, in order to be a full-blooded Indian, you have to be a Negro, brother. That's what I'm saying.
All right, you have documentation to support that, bro.
No, I don't have documentation to support that.
Oh, okay, you made it up. I'm cool with that.
You made it up, man.
It was right there.
Game over.
I'm trying to figure out how could this white boy just be classified as a Chickasaw Indian and he only won 16, but all these niggas is freedmen and shit. That shit don't make sense. They ain't saying shit. Is a Chickasaw Indian slave master, bro. They don't say white Chickasaw, none of that shit, bro. Just Chickasaw Indian. Like, bro, and I got the census records that show when that shit came into play and shit. And
Nah,
went over this shit
into a census.
Bro, man, I quit.
You know how a white man came and had a child with a female.
No, bro. No,
that
bro.
Child
They busloaded
in the loop.
No.
That's
look,
it.
Look, bro, I showed you this shit like a year or two ago, bro, in the census record where the census taker was talking about all them white peasants, nigga, that they trained right into Indian territory, bro, and war with motherfuckers out there, and then literally the next year later, an Indian is a person.
Yo, Lucky, can you pause it for a second?
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so are y'all aware that Truth is making distinctions between whites, between blacks, between Indians, and he's admitting that these whites came into these territories? How did these Indians get to the territories? The whites pushed them to these territories, and then certain whites came to live among them. So he's admitting that there's distinctively, phenotypically, 3 different groups of people. And none of the abos are arguing against it. They're mute. How many people on the panel? Like 8? They're quiet. They're letting not a coincidence lead them to truth. No one is denying it. The only person denying it is Smoke Signal, because his grandfather couldn't get the coochie. Truth is admitting.
Yeah, I told you they was real quiet up there.
Truth is admitting that shit. That's crazy. They argue with you every day, and then he turn around and he say this shit. That's crazy. My bad, Lucky. Go ahead.
Yeah, we just did. And there was a fucking white man, bro.
Indian and you nowhere, nigga. You Indian and you. That was among the Chickasaw.
Yeah, we just did. And there was a fucking white man, bro.
Bro, they said all. All right, I'm a.
There was a fucking white man, bro, that was claiming to be an Indian, bro. Like he's Scottish.
Bro.
He's from Scotland. It's a fucking European. Let's call it for what it really is, bro.
Bro,
like right
no.
Like right now, bro.
Hold on. I can't do it.
Native American, bro. Y'all just show that.
Hold on, Lucky.
Shit, bro. Y'all claim to be native off that shit.
So he really is arguing right now that a white man owned all the 600s. It's like 600 of them that they enslaved. It wasn't that many black people among them. Is he saying that the niggas, the descendants of Africans, the Negro that was among the Chickasaw in this conversation were owned by one white man?
I ain't heard him say that.
Shut your old
ass
up. Ain't
up.
nobody talking to you.
Shut your ass up, nigga.
He keeps referring to this one white man. How many Negroes did he own?
Won't you ask him how many Negroes he owned?
Listen, bro. We know because we got the source, nigga. We just went over this shit earlier.
I ask questions if you got the source.
Hey, because your grandmother, you was owned by a slave, and your grandfather couldn't get the coochie from the Indian. So you ain't got no Indian, and you nowhere, nigga. You not 1/5, you not 1/2, you not 1/4, you not 1/16, you not 1/8, you not 1/32, you ain't 1/48, you ain't none of that shit, nigga. You ain't none of that shit.
Where you proof?
You ain't none of that shit. All of that shit you claim you was, all that shit you claim you was, you are not. You was a slave.
I have seen you before. You sport dark.
You is a slave. You a big nose, big lip West African nigga, and you just lost your eyesight because you went to the penitentiary for stealing. You a thief, nigga.
Sound good, my nigga. It sound real good.
You a fucking West. You a South Memphis booster,
sound
nigga.
Good, my nigga.
You was stealing. You just got caught with like $10,000 worth of. Yeah, you was a crack addict too, nigga. That's why you call yourself Smoke.
I don't
Because
really
your
go
ass
back
used
and
to get
forth.
high, nigga. You had
I'm really
you
not
got
trying
the
to go back and
junkie
forth
itch.
with
You
any
got the
feminine
junkie
male,
itch,
brother.
nigga.
I'm
You
not.
don't know your
I'm not
history.
trying to go back and
You
forth
don't
with
know
your
your history. You
demasculated
got
ass.
walked into your
I'm
history. You
not.
got walked
I'm really
into
not
your
interested in
history.
going back and forth.
Claim your
Your
Africanness.
demasculated ass,
Claim
brother.
your Africanness,
You
nigga.
are
Claim your
demasculated.
Africanness,
You are
nigga.
demasculated.
Claim your Africanness, nigga.
You are
Claim
demasculated.
it.
You have
Claim
nothing but
it.
feminine. You have nothing
Claim
but
it.
feminine energy.
Claim. You don't even know what
You
the
have
word
nothing but
means.
feminine
You
energy,
don't know
sir.
what the word
You
means,
have
nigga.
nothing but
You don't know what the word
feminine
means. You
energy,
saying
sir.
shit you can't
You
even
have nothing
define.
but feminine energy,
Don't get
sir.
mad. Don't
I'm
get
not
mad.
mad. My
Don't get
voice is
mad.
calm. My
Don't
voice
get
is
mad.
rather calm.
Don't
My
get
voice is
mad.
rather calm,
Prove
sir.
it wrong.
My
Prove it's
voice
wrong.
is rather calm.
Smoke Hawkins. You was a Smoke Hawkins. Your great grandfather was motherfucking cleaning teepees, toilets, and riding a bitch around that was an Indian. He wasn't associated with her. He couldn't make her fall in love with him. None of that.
Could you please show
This
this
nigga
audience
had no
a
game.
photo of
You
Sean
have
P.
no
with my
nigga. You have
grandfather?
no.
You can't
You
do
have
that.
no Indian in
You
your
can't do that.
blood,
I'm about to
nigga.
ask you to
You
respectfully
can't even say
shut
you
the
got
fuck up.
Indian in your
You
family,
can't
nigga. You
show
was a
a
slave.
photograph
You
with
was a
Sean P.
slave, nigga.
and Smoke's great
You was a
grandfather. I'm
slave,
gonna have to ask
nigga.
you to
You was
respectfully
a slave,
shut the
nigga.
fuck up.
You was a slave, nigga. She
No, you the
purchased your
slave.
motherfucking ass.
You the
She
slave.
purchased your granddaddy,
You're the
nigga.
slave.
She purchased your granddaddy. He
I'm an
met your
aboriginal.
grandmother. None
I'm
of
an
them motherfuckers
aboriginal.
was fucking Indians,
I'm an
nigga. You ain't
aboriginal.
nothing. Yeah,
I'm an
aboriginally
aboriginal.
slave. You an
I
aboriginal
am
slave.
an
You was a motherfucking
aboriginal.
aboriginal slave.
I
According to Miss Hawkins, your motherfucking ass is a Negro who descend from West Africa. Bitch, nigga. That's why she enslaved you. Right. So why you getting enslaved then, nigga, if you aboriginal? What sense did that make, nigga? If you been here, apparently she ain't enslaving her own people. So who the fuck is she enslaving if you been here, nigga?
You got slaves. You got slave boat, nigga.
You too, nigga.
You got slave boat, nigga. You got slave boat, nigga.
You too. You
got slave.
You disappointed.
Boat,
You disappointed. You disappointed that your grandfather was weak enough to be. Yeah, because that's what you think. You think your grandfather was weak, didn't you?
Captivity.
You think your grandfather was weak because he got enslaved, huh?
Your story is the one being held in captivity.
You think your grandfather was weak because he was sold to an Indian, don't you?
You are the kidnapping the great victim.
Don't you?
You are the kidnapped.
You think
the
your
great
people
victim.
weak because they were
You
enslaved,
are
don't
the kidnapped and the great victim, brother. That's
Hey,
your story.
Smoke.
It's
When
your
you did
story.
time in jail,
Not
you was a slave,
Not
nigga.
mine, brother.
When you
Not mine.
did time in jail, you was a slave. When you was on the
I was a
side of the
convict.
interstate.
I was a convict, brother.
Okay, nigga.
I was a
Well, guess
convict.
what? That's what
What I
motherfucking
was.
descendants of Africans were. Convicts in the white man and Indian territories, nigga.
Yeah, descendants of
We were
Africans, yeah.
convicts.
Descendants
No,
of Africans,
nigga.
that's, yeah. Maybe
No.
them. Maybe
You
them.
too,
I'm not a
nigga.
descendant of an African.
Okay, that's not what Miss Hawkins says. Miss Hawkins says that she purchased your descendant of an African ass.
Where she say that? Where she say that at?
It's in the records, nigga. Listen, do not a coincidence gotta go back and pull the fucking record and show you that she purchased your motherfucking ass, nigga?
You sure gotta tell me where she said that at.
She purchased you, Smoke. She owned you. You was a slave. Your people were slaves. Nigga, they were slaves. Listen.
You are a slave, brother.
Smoke. What's wrong? What's wrong?
What's wrong?
What's wrong with Smoke?
You all right?
Why you in denial? Why you in denial? You think your people weak because they? You think your people weak because they face oppression?
Are you Fulani, brother?
You think your people weak because they face oppression?
Are you Igbo, brother?
Huh?
What are you? What are you, brother?
All of that. I'm an amalgamation of all of that.
All of that. You all of
West
that,
and Central. Don't forget Congolese, nigga.
Right.
Don't forget Congolese.
How much of that do you currently practice?
Don't forget none of that. Fulani or Khans. Don't forget that.
How much of that do you currently practice?
Don't get that.
How much of that do you
Nigerian.
currently practice?
Don't forget none of that,
How
nigga.
much of that do you currently practice?
All of it. All of it, nigga.
Yeah. Show me that.
All of it.
Show me that.
Lucy said, give me that black Negro over there with the big lips and the wide nose. I can make that nigga do a lot of work for me.
Niggas,
yeah, and he gonna do it thinking he gonna hit it
niggas
from
in the
the back.
Americans and India. You are a self-hating American. You are a self-hating.
She said she told Smoke Signal grandfather.
American.
She told Smoke Signal grandfather. She said, hey,
American.
I'm gonna purchase you,
You are
and
a
I'm gonna get you to
self-loathing
do a whole
American.
lot of shit.
You are a
Your granddaddy perked
self-loathing
up.
American.
He perked up and was like,
You
"Oh yeah, I'm gonna give me
are
this
a
little fine little Indian
self-loathing
thing."
American.
And then all of a sudden, he ain't getting none, nigga.
You are a self-loathing American.
Yeah, self-loving American. Yep. Whatever that means. That's how remedial your dumb ass is, nigga.
Get a dictionary, brother.
Stupid shit like that.
Get a dictionary.
Your feelings hurt, nigga.
Familiarize yourself with the dictionary.
You thought you was copper color, didn't you? You thought you was fucking copper color, indigenous, aboriginal to America. You really thought that shit to Lucy Hawkins said.
I know that's
Lucy Hawkins said, no smoke, no smoke. She said, no smoke. You are a slave.
That's not a thought,
She said,
brother.
no smoke. You are a slave. Why do you think
that I am
your owner said?
I know that for a certainty. I know that
according to your owner, you are a slave.
Right. Native.
According to your owner, you are a slave.
Native to America.
Shit.
Copper color Aboriginal races.
You ain't
Europeans.
Yeah, you ain't none of that.
Listen. Hey yo, hey, I ain't mean to stop it because I know y'all was laughing, but this shit funny. I told this dude, this shit started when I told this dude his granddaddy couldn't get the coochie. he thought he had Indian in his family. No, his granddaddy never hit Lucy Hawkins. She owned them. She purchased them. Smoke family was owned by Lucy Hawkins, and he over here in denial. And this 18th century shit, like what was it? Hold up, that was it? This is 19th century shit. We didn't even get to the 18th century. We're just in the 19th century with his record. And in the 19th century, this nigga was owned by a fucking Indian who was a part of the Cherokees. Self-hating bastard, you correct.
Founded by Europeans. So when Europeans came, they seen Aboriginal copper-colored people. When Europeans first arrived, they seen copper-colored Aboriginal people. When Europeans first arrived, they seen copper-colored Aboriginal people.
Look at you.
That's what they seen. That's what they seen.
That ain't what your owner said. That ain't what your owner said. Your owner said that copper color shit.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean.
On the leash.
Yeah, what up?
Hold up. I gotta go back because there's a part in here where I don't know. I think I was a little too disrespectful. Maybe not.
Original people.
You want to omit the rest of the story. You know what I'm saying?
And omit the rest
of the story. The document supersede everything, according to you. Fuck that 116 shit. The document say Indian. The document say Indian, nigga. That's that on it. What you talking about? Live or die by your document, then, nigga.
What's your document say?
My document say Indian, nigga.
Nah, your document say your ass was a slave, nigga.
What yours say?
Your document say you was a slave, bitch.
A lot of different shit. So you just a lot of your
motherfucking document say you was a slave, bitch, nigga. Your old ass is too old, nigga, to be lying.
He too fucking old for this shit.
Yo, Smoke Signal. You was owned by an Indian slave, nigga. I mean, by an Indian. You was a slave, nigga. You a Hawkins, nigga.
Yep.
That lady was an Indian who owned you, nigga. You was a Negro. You was African descent, nigga.
Yep.
That's what she telling you.
The motherfuckers.
That's what your shit telling you. That's what Not a Coincidence is telling you. He don't care if you mix. He don't care if you mix with the Indians. You are denying your African ancestry still because you're trying to be full Indian or full indigenous, and you ain't neither one of those. You ain't neither one of those. You was a Negro that was enslaved by an Indian. Y'all didn't even get the pussy. Your granddaddy didn't even smash, nigga. She owned your granddaddy and never fucked him.
Yo, hold up, yo. I'm disrespectful.
Negro that was enslaved by an Indian. Y'all didn't even get the pussy. Your granddaddy didn't even smash, nigga. She owned your granddaddy and never fucked him.
That's crazy.
So what is you really talking about?
Yo, Sean, that was crazy.
Yo, that was fighting words, nigga. I want to fight that. I want to fight.
That's facts, though. That's facts. Yo, like we gotta quit. We gotta quit playing with these niggas, yo. We gotta quit playing with this nigga, yo. You know what I'm saying? She owned your grandfather and didn't fuck him, nigga. She said, no, you can't get this Indian coochie, nigga. Your bloodline straight African descent.
Oh shit.
And he try to sit here and act like he Indian. No, well then it says I'm Indian. No, you not. She never fucked your granddaddy, nigga. She said, no, I need you to travel me around. I need you to fuck with these horses. I need you to go tend to this land. I need some corn. I need some this. I need some that. She needed shit from you, but she didn't need the deed. She said, no. I'm going to give it to the white man.
Go rake that grass, nigga.
Yeah. She had your motherfucking family working, nigga. Y'all was on y'all hands and knees coddling and shit over there milking cows and shit. You over here trying to deny that. And then you want to come on here and talk tough. No, you was a slave, nigga. It says it. The document says it. You were owned by Miss Hawkins, nigga. She said your granddaddy wasn't cute enough to get the coochie, nigga.
I ain't never want to fight a nigga for
Oh, but this is why they had they ancestors.
Right. It's exactly why Truth said ancestry off limits, and then two minutes later, the brother said, "Y'all can't defeat us because we got genealogy."
Yeah, that you want to hide.
Yeah, that's strange ass shit.
Yeah, but y'all finna see in a minute how Truth tries to exit stage left with Brother Hawkins' remains, right?
Get him out of here.
He tries to get him up like, listen, let's move along. Because you see, as y'all see, Nadaquince ain't going for none of that bullshit. He went straight to the records with his dumb ass. Oh, we gonna live and die by the records? Here, your shit go right here, family.
Word. That's what's yeah, who should double? That me?
You say what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, echo when I talk. I'll hit now though. Nah, we good. But yeah, go back to the video, right?
Why do you lie?
Why not?
Lie. How about what your documents say? Why do you lie?
Why not?
So your documents say that your family was enslaved by somebody, but you come over here and lie about what your documents say. Why do you lie?
Why not?
Because you could do that. You could do
Why
that,
not?
right? Yeah, you could do that and get away with it. I get it. You got it.
Just like y'all lie about all them slaves, bro. So if y'all gonna lie, we gonna lie with you niggas. See who got the best lie. Cause I'll be damned if you think you're over here telling the truth. That what you think you doing? So a better question would be, why the fuck you lie so much? So I guess this is a battle of the best lies then, huh?
I think we need to ban this.
Cause that African shit is a goddamn lie.
So this is what we do understand, right? We just learned that the Chickasaw in 1882, these Chickasaw Negroes, they said that they was of African descent. They was freedmen. And now we have these freedmen rolls where they, they have the names of the people and all that, but they also tell you who they was enslaved by. Because why? Because they was freedmen. They're freedmen. That's the reason they're freedmen, because they was enslaved. Right? You see Lucy Hawkins.
Yeah, this smoke slave owner right here. She right here on the Chickasaw Nation slip. There go her name, Lucy Hawkins.
You can't escape this history. When you want to omit it, all you're doing is lying on your family. That's it.
Don't they say Chickasaw? Don't they say Chickasaw Nation? Don't they say Chickasaw Nation?
You are part of the Chickasaw Nation.
Well, them Chickasaws, everybody on this document is Chickasaw, but Chickasaw Indians.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Can you find me some Chickasaw Africans, my nigga? You can't find Chickasaw Africans. What we talking
These
about?
are the Chickasaw
I ain't gonna lie, not a coincidence. We don't call that white dude the Chickasaw, bro. Then we shouldn't even be saying no more about family, bro. You let that white dude be the Chickasaw with top.
I let him. Wait, hold on, Smoke. I mean, true. Yeah. I made him a Chickasaw.
No, all I'm saying is,
no, it was you that made that nigga.
I can close not a coincidence down on that. I can close him down on that. So a Chickasaw Negro is a Native American that had ownership of, that's right, Africans during the colonial time.
Oh, so you saying Lucy?
Shit up, bro.
Oh, you saying Lucy's a Negro?
Stop
That's
making
what you're saying?
shit up, bro.
You saying Lucy's a
You're not
Negro?
understanding this is business.
Okay, explain it to me. No, explain it to me. You saying this person,
God.
Lucy, is a Negro?
Oh my God. You cannot acquire land in North America coming from across the pond, my nigga. What don't
That's
you
a
get?
lie. I'm just asking a simple question, brother.
I'm good.
I just want understanding.
There you go.
All right, you can make your statements and then run. That's fine. So he's trying to say Lucy is a Negro. Smoke, do you agree with him that Lucy's a Negro?
Yeah, I think the real Lucy Hawkins is a Negro.
The real Lucy Hawkins. I found the fake.
I'm of the opinion that in order to be a full-blooded Chickasaw, you have to be what is called a Negro. There's no other way. There's no.
So why do they have? Different Chickasaw roles? No. Why do they have different Chickasaw roles? Then how come one say Chickasaw freedmen and the other roles don't say freedmen?
African? Can you be
How
a
come the other
full-blooded
roles?
African?
How come the other roles don't say freedmen, brother?
Can you be a full-blooded Sub-Saharan African without being a Negro, brother?
How come the other Chickasaw Nation roles don't say freedmen if there's only one type?
Who's taking the
I'm saying, listen to me very carefully, brother.
Space Smoke, you ran.
Before you ask your question, I'm saying, in order to be a full-blooded Indian, you have to be a Negro, brother. That's what I'm saying.
In order to be a full-blooded Indian, you have to be a Negro. That's what he's saying. But the full-blooded Indian name is Lucy Hawkins, and she purchased this nigga ancestors. So I guess this full-blooded Negro ass ain't an Indian. She purchased him. Owned this nigga. That's why I said what I said. I know I was being very disrespectful to him. But before y'all really look at this that way, process this. How disrespectful is he being to his ancestors? How disrespectful is he being to our ancestors, who we descend from, who went through one of the worst circumstances in the history of mankind, endured so much and lost so much at the same fucking time? And you don't think that's disrespectful? So no, I ain't never apologizing for that. I don't care how he feel. Listen, Smoke Signal is blind. He wear penitentiary glasses. I told him this on the show. He got his glasses when he was locked up in the penitentiary. He's still wearing them. The same glasses. He can't see. He need to be careful. He probably suffering from diabetes. Whatever he doing, he need to be careful. I'm the least of his worries. So no, I ain't apologizing for disrespecting him. And I don't care how mean it sounded. Fuck him. I don't care. Throw his ass out with everybody else. So watch this. Let me skip back ahead where we was before I start going backwards.
Why in the movie Gremlins, you don't give them niggas water after
a bushel of cotton, nigga. Ain't white man trying to use the dictionary.
Okay, brother.
Smoke, did your grandfather get purchased from Lucy Hawkins? Yes.
Can we
or
get
no?
that question answered? Can we get that question answered? Did Africans
your
name
grandfather?
Did Africans
we didn't name it Africa.
Name Africa,
we didn't
brother.
name it Africa.
Did Africans name
We're
Africa?
using
brother?
it as a demarcation. We're using it as a demarcation in this conversation. But did your
But I'm using
grandfather
Africa as a demarcation.
Did your grandfather, nigga?
As a
Did your
demarcation.
grandfather get
In this
purchased by
conversation,
Lucy
I'm
Hawkins?
using
Yes or no?
Aboriginal as a demarcation, nigga.
Okay, so
Okay,
how could another Aboriginal enslave another Aboriginal? There was no war going on between you. She was a retreat Indian. What I mean by a retreat Indian, she fled to the area where she was when she purchased you, nigga. She's a retreat Indian. That means she's running from the white man. Yeah, the same white man you're trying to use the dictionary entry of, trying to claim the copper color shit. So I'm asking you, Smoke, why did your grandfather get purchased? He was property, nigga. Do you not know that? There was no other motherfuckers that were Indians at this time in that time period that were being purchased by other Indians and claiming to be property. Not on no motherfucking census records, not with receipts, no documentations of that shit. But all of a sudden, your motherfucking copper-colored indigenous Aboriginal to American-ass grandfather was a purchase victim? How, Sway? Why is the statues different?
Only thing I'm requiring for you right now is a bushel of cotton, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's all I'm requiring of you.
That's what Lucy paid for your fucking grandfather, nigga. A bushel of cotton, nigga.
A bushel of corn.
A bushel of corn, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, Sean, when you asked that nigga about if he was embarrassed about the condition that his family went through, like, bro, you would rather be an Abo slave than claim your African heritage and understand that was just a condition. We get it, bro. I know it hurts.
My African heritage? What is my African heritage, brother? What is my African heritage?
When you look in the mirror,
looks of you, brother, probably Central African, brother.
Yeah, nigga.
What is my African heritage, brother?
When you look in the mirror, bro. When you look in the mirror, bro. Look, look, I'm not saying this to be funny, bro, but I've told you this in the past. You look like TD Jakes, and you look like that nigga Mark Henry. Straight up West Africans.
Well, any of those individuals born in West Africa, brother?
They have West African descent. They have West African descent, brother.
Were any of those individuals born in West Africa, brother? Yes or no?
They were born in America with West Africa.
This is where I'm going to need you to use some intellectual honesty, brother. Were any of those individuals you just named born in West Africa?
They are descendants of West Africans.
That's not what I
just told you that.
Smoke. I answered your question 3 times. Smoke.
You didn't answer that question, my nigga.
Smoke. If you listen, I answered it 3 times. I said they were born in America.
You have just confirmed.
And they're descendants of what?
I look like 2 individuals born in America with American heritage.
This nigga don't even understand what he asked. You asked the most dumbest question.
To me, that confirms that I am indeed an American, brother. That's what that confirms.
Let me know when you're done, Smoke. I want everybody to hear your
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. No, you can't be done. You got to continue. Because you don't know what you just did. Do you? Do you know what you just did? It goes back to the point. No matter that you were born here, you were born here recently. Those people were born here recently because y'all about all the same age, nigga. Remember, you were smoking crack in the 90s and the 80s and the 90s. You ain't too far removed from the Mark Henrys and the goddamn TD Jakeses, nigga. All y'all are damn near 60. So shut the fuck up acting like you proving a point, nigga, about 60 years ago. Shut the fuck up. The point is this. Your grandfather, who you claim was copper color and indigenous to the Americas, was purchased by Lucy Hawkins, who said otherwise, who deemed him a fucking slave, her slave.
Do we have proof of purchase?
No, hold on.
Have proof of purchase?
Hold on, Smoke.
Do we have
hold on,
proof
Smoke.
of purchase?
Hold on, Smoke.
Do we have proof of purchase? Before we go any further,
do we have according to your census records,
do we have proof of purchase? All I'm asking you now.
According to the census records,
can you pull up the proof of purchase?
To the purchase.
If you can't pull up the proof of purchase, I'm gonna have to ask you to respectfully shut the fuck up.
All right, so yes, we can pull it up, but right now we're sharing a video. And according to your records, it states that your people were purchased. They were enslaved under the banner of Lucy Hawkins. To deny that is to deny your ancestry, which shows up in your genealogy. So until you come to grips with the evidence in your record, you, my brother, have a problem. I understand that you are a little slow. And I do get that you have a learning disability. I get it that you have a learning disability. And I also understand the trauma. Listen to me. I also understand the trauma of your drug addiction and the infliction that it has had on you in the past. So I can recognize why you are this
What drugs am I addicted to, sir?
Remedial.
What drugs am I addicted to, sir?
That you're talking about.
Sir, what drugs am I addicted to?
Smoke signal. You're still wearing glasses. Smoke signal. You're still wearing the bifocal glasses that you got from the penitentiary.
Sir,
are you aware that we know that those glasses you wear come from the penitentiary?
Excuse me.
I mean, like, goddamn, Smoke. When are you gonna wake the fuck up?
Yeah, they talking about the gold rim. They talking about the gold rim.
Nah, he got the click count.
Are you referring to, sir?
Can we
get that proof of purchase, though? Can we get that proof of purchase?
They call that BCGA.
Can we get the proof of purchase?
Smoke signal. We know that you got.
Can we get that proof of
reading
purchase?
Glasses from the penitentiary.
Can we get
secondly, not a
all
coincidence.
That being said, we're still waiting on that proof of purchase.
All right, so not a coincidence. He showed you in your genealogy that you were owned by.
Let me know you get out that pulpit, preacher. Let me know you get out the pulpit,
being
preacher.
owned by Lucy Hawkins? Are you denying that?
Emphatically.
So you're emphatically denying that Lucy Hawkins, even after we showed the records, not a coincidence, did a beautiful job walking you into that 30 minutes. He walked you into it for 30 minutes and then pulled a picture up and you ran in a whole other direction. Because you was thinking that this Lucy Hawkins was going to be this white lady, but she turned out to be an Indian. And she
ain't no such thing as a white Indian.
I didn't even get to the best
ain't no
part
such thing as a white Indian.
It got even worse. They put a picture up. They said the woman was swarthy.
Fire Marshal Bill ass.
Aboriginal woman. That's not a white woman. So I don't know why Smoke even.
Fire Marshal Bill ass. Let me show you something.
That was an Aboriginal.
Yo, not a coincidence. Funny as fuck. He put a link in the back that says TD Jakes is Igbo.
But guess who ain't Igbo? Guess who ain't Igbo? Ain't now one of you niggas up here Igbo.
Hey, Smoke. Hey, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. The majority of my DNA came from Nigeria, bro. So we cousins, my nigga. My Nigerian cousin. What's good with it, Smoke?
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to motherfucking Virginia.
Wow,
yeah, do we need to go beyond that, nigga? Do we need to go beyond that? Because we can poke at the people that Lucy purchased. We can find out where she got them from, nigga. I guarantee you she brought them niggas.
You niggas came over here on Poseidon. You niggas came over here on Poseidon.
Poseidon, yeah. With your upper lip, nigga. That's how we got here. I bet you we can find out where your grandfather come from. Since you want to talk slick, nigga, we can pull them records back up.
And we can walk back up.
Yeah. We could walk right back down where Lucy Hawkins purchased them goddamn fucking Negroes who you descend from, nigga. Your great-great-grandfather, nigga. That nigga got off a goddamn boat somewhere in Virginia. Bet you he did.
Shout out to Virginia. Shout out to Virginia.
Yeah, that's
Wild
right. Shout out
Indian
to
territory.
motherfucking Virginia.
Wild
Yeah,
Indian
accept that
territory.
shit. Except that, nah, wasn't no wild Indian territory, nigga. How the fuck is the wild Indian territory? The niggas ran west, nigga.
Hey, look, bro. Smoke. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told Root Word hours ago. Y'all got beat the fuck up, bro. America is a whore, and she for sale. Everybody came here and fucked on America and got money out of America.
Hey man, listen, not a coincidence. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, dog. You in the chat listening, nigga? I sent the link out there, nigga. I put the link out there a long time ago.
I walked away from my phone. I was waiting. I was trying to catch up to what was going on.
Okay, Black Power, what's good with you though, man? You chilling?
Hey man, look. So I've been taking notes, trying to.
Yo, bro.
Somebody sleep, bro?
Who's snoring?
Somebody sleep.
Yeah, who's snoring?
Not a coincidence.
Hey,
that nigga fell asleep that fast.
That's not a coincidence, is it?
I think so, dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. I was waiting on him to read the source because Truth was putting the sources in there. This nigga passed out.
Yo, listen to me.
Out of there. Hey, he's okay. Good.
Sean, like, let me tell you the truth, bro. You can put a source anywhere that you would like to put a source. It doesn't give validity of it if you know how to cross-reference the shit and fix it. Yo, not a single one.
This nigga gone.
Yo.
Hey, I think I should call him.
This nigga.
Hey, if I call him with his phone ring right now.
Yeah, call him.
Yeah, call that nigga, bro. He's snoring on his phone log.
Somebody gonna clip that shit and play it back, yo. Yo, that nigga calling them dogs, nigga.
That nigga hitting them good Z's, man. Yeah, it's 2:30 on the East Coast.
Yo, we kept trying to have a conversation over this shit. We was trying to cover your shit up, but you just got loud. That nigga, watch, listen. Yo, call that nigga phone, yo.
Damn. That's why that nigga was acting like while we quiet and shit. He was fighting his sleep.
Yeah. Why y'all niggas quiet, yo?
God damn, that boy out of there, man. Yeah, I mean, somebody gotta call. Hold on.
Like how could he call him?
It's bad, bro. Hold on. I'm trying to call. Hold on. Try to hit him on this.
We could all leave and let that nigga just snore for 8 hours.
That's fucked up, though. Yeah, man, he should have given you the controls, man.
Nah, Lucky got the control.
Where you said Lucky got him?
Lucky got the sticks, but Lucky ain't around, yo. Look at this though, dumbass, smoke crackhead ass nigga talking about motherfuckers got sleep apnea and shit.
Man, that's crap. I was just about to go in with the DNA, and I got like 4 links pulled up.
Call this nigga. You said you called him Black Power? Black Power.
I called him. I just called him.
Yeah, Black Power. Call that nigga, man.
I did. I'll call him again. Hold on. Let me call him again.
Yeah, let that bitch ring. Hold on, let me see. Hit this nigga up too while you doing that. Damn.
This nigga, man.
Yo, nigga.
That nigga getting that deep room. That nigga in that second room.
Yo, wake up,
That nigga with the ancestors, bro.
Bro. Just hit you up, bro. Come on, yo. Nah, I can't let y'all do my niggas like that, yo.
I'm trying to feed you now.
Nah.
God damn. Hey.
Yo.
This nigga real rap.
Yeah,
Now
he's
see.
still sharing.
Now to see. That nigga shared the screen and fell out, nigga.
This nigga said, yo,
not a see.
God damn, bro.
We talking,
not a see.
We talking to you like you listen,
Bruh. Bruh. Damn, bro.
We talking to you like you listening. Yo, this shit too funny. Yo, that ain't the thing. It gets better, yo. It gets better.
Let me see.
God damn.
That nigga said he didn't already clip it.
At the end of the day, man,
slip.
look, this is classic, but at the same time, man, bang that info out. It's nothing. Sniper, you got it. You the one with the sniper rifle. You on point with your information. Go ahead and do what you do.
Yo, bro,
Yeah, but you talking over that nigga snoring, bro. That shit crazy.
Yo, listen. This the truth. So y'all know that source I was showing earlier, right?
All right.
It was talking about how scholars disagree on how humanly Native American slave masters treated their bonded labor. So that's why I said y'all should read that shit. Because it says some maintain that slaves were well treated by Indian owners. Others suggest that they were treated as slaves very widely among Native American slaveholders. But they learned how to treat the black people by how the whites treated them. And then on top of that, right, they had the little racial attitudes and shit like that. So motherfuckers who be claiming to be Chickasaw, Choctaw, Cherokee, all that old shit, the niggas is tripping real hard on that shit. And old boy, he tripping.
See, had you did what they told you to do last time, gave me and Lucky the sticks. See, you gave me a little admin power, man. I would have booed your ass up off the panel. They wouldn't have never caught you snoring, bro.
And all the way though. Yo, come on now to see. Damn, man, we shouldn't even say it was him. We knew it was him. We just should act like he added somebody on the chat. That nigga ain't waking up, yo. That nigga that good sleep, bro.
Hey, I would have act like it was me. I ain't lying. It's nothing. I would have took that lick. I'm with all that. Hey, but at the end of the day, though, these motherfuckers don't have an ethnicity.
Nah, they don't.
You can see that
nigga. Hey, look, then they claiming.
We try to have a whole fucking conversation. Why this nigga snoring loud as fuck? This nigga was snoring loud. And we try to act like we like we can't hear that shit. We can't tune that shit out. Every time we try to tune that shit out, that nigga snorkel. Watch.
But look, this is two things to kill Wabbos. If you want to destroy Wabbos and everything they do, is one, ethnicity, and two, prove that they had a literate language before this 1400s. If they, because they saying that they was literate. In order for them to be paper genocided, they had to read. And if they was reading before that, that mean they had to learn the Europeans' language.
Yo, look at Ramon. Hold up, I don't know if I can zoom in on Ramon comment. Look at Ramon comment, y'all. He said, now she getting busy.
Language. Or that their slaves had to develop a language while they was enslaved by them. This is what they're saying. So they saying that they had slaves that developed a language without them knowing. And then not only just a language, but also a strategy to overthrow their language and their teachings of the master millionaires that were driving cars and dressing in suits.
Listen, I'm thinking because he getting louder that he gonna wake himself up. I'm like, yo, at some point he gonna wake himself up, yo. He just getting too loud. And then all of a sudden, another 20 minutes later,
is not theirs.
The shit stopped.
So there ain't nobody, like I told them, ain't nobody ever told them, go back to Brazil, go back to Argentina, or go back to.
Watch this silly shit. This nigga been snoring for the last 40 minutes. And then now all of a sudden I get off the panel and he just stopped snoring. It's like the nigga knew I left.
Mexico, because they're not known for being from Mexico or Argentina or Brazil.
It's another point with the genealogy, though. Who was in control? Who was in control and in charge of keeping the records and the documentation of the census? Europeans, bro. That's why I say you can't have it both ways. They like they don't. Some people. I'm not saying all, because like I said, I ain't making no personal attacks. But certain people don't want to align with the DNA. No problem. You know, if you align with the genealogy, then you still relying on what they call enumerators, who are these white Europeans that was going from town to town, state to state, keeping records of who was the head of the household and all that. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I said, you can't have it both ways, bro. Like, I respect the genealogy points, man, but you know that genealogy was being
the best way to prove that is to say,
yeah, go ahead.
Show me genealogy in another language.
Oh, wait,
show me genealogy in the Aboriginal language. If they can't do that, then that means that y'all didn't start it. You feel me? Show me how y'all started genealogy. Give me the history of genealogy itself. If I'll guarantee you, if you ask any Wabo to do a build, just a build only talking about how they started genealogy in America, they can't do it. Guarantee. They gonna start with, we was keeping it in Bibles. I guarantee.
Nah, like they gonna say it's oral. It's like an oral history. That's what they're gonna say, bro. They had a question, my nigga, but I was blocked. I couldn't hit the panel. They was looking for somebody. They was looking for an African to show their genealogy to where they ancestor came from Africa. They was talking to YK. Nigga, I got my shit, bro. I could go to Ancestry and show you that one of my grandmothers came from Africa straight to Louisiana, bro. You know, I got a few.
I only got one person in my line that Africa.
Yeah, bro. I got
actually on there.
I got like 3 or 4. I mean, it's people that could
notice the damn snoring stops and smoke signals on the panel. These Negroes are acting like they don't hear this shit. But then here comes out a coincidence. Like nothing happened.
Find that, you know what I'm saying? But I got like 3 or 4 Africans that was born in Africa that came here. I wish I could have pulled up and showed that, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, bro, like, you know, certain areas didn't keep as great a documentation, you know what I'm saying?
So
that's why I say
let's go here
completely against them.
Let's go to 10,000 years ago, right? So 10,000 years ago, or 10,000 plus, was the Ice Age, right? So during the Ice Age, most of the water that was on this planet was held in ice. That means that the sea level was lower. That means that there was more land exposed. If there was more land exposed, then that would bring back what people would consider to be like Pangea, and these oceans would be a lot smaller. Seas probably disappear. You feel me? So a lot of foot traveling would be more. A lot of things would be more accessible. So when we think of be boat, we not thinking of actual different times. So that's why I don't go back that far. I don't know. That's why I don't even try to think of how they got here. Because just like when I was talking to the brothers, like not a coincidence, and I forgot, I think it was Sean, about the bow and arrow. If the oldest evidence is in Africa, then it made it to Asia, but the Asians are in Mexico, then how did that happen? We don't know. So I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck about how they built the pyramids. What I care about is like right now, and what we can prove, right?
Right.
But what we can prove is that Africans are a worldwide worldwide group. Europeans are a worldwide group. Asians are a worldwide group. Where in the fuck is the Aboriginal? They want to say Americans. Okay, cool. Let's consider the Americans a group. Well, what do an American look like? Because if we say Asian, we could pretty much point them motherfuckers out anywhere in the world. Can you point an American out anywhere in the world? And if they go to Africa and not open their mouth and don't speak, they won't even know they're American.
Hey, it was a conversation at one point, right? But look,
18.
You're not a coincidence. Attention.
All right. Now, how about we do this one? A smoker
in Detroit.
18.
Now, skip.
That's why I say, bro, like, you know, one point, right?
Are there slaves?
You're not a coincidence.
I would like them to explain their Iron Age in America. Now, if they can pull up some history of the Iron Age,
like, you know, like the personal attacks and all that, but you asked a valid question, bro, that they could not answer, fam. What ethnic group do y'all claim?
So how can you? All of them used to be African, switched over to saying now I'm Indian. They're trans Indian. So you can't say that one group don't listen to their grandmothers. But if your grandmother was telling you this from the beginning, why wasn't you listening to yours? And I would love to see their family. I would love to see their family reunions. Show me a family reunion with everybody going with feathers in their head, representing Indian culture.
That's a great question. And look, I'm gonna keep it a buck too, bro. I'll still be looking for evidence both ways to see if I could prove the point that they're trying to make. Because, you know, like, that's my hobby. You know what I'm saying? That's my hobby sometimes. Like, I'll still be looking for the evidence because, you know, like, there's nothing that's absolute or 100%. Like they're always finding new evidence, right? So, you know, I'm not against the talking points if there was the evidence to back it up, bro. But like you can't tell me that you believe in genealogy, bro, but not be willing to show it. That's my only thing. You know what I'm saying? To be able to prove your point. Now, if some people feel like their genealogy is private, I could respect that. You know what I'm saying? But then we can't talk about genealogy anymore if you're not willing to show it.
All right. So now look at the point you just made, though. There he go.
Oh, this nigga woke up.
There he go.
Shit. This nigga came back from the dead.
Wake up, my guy. Yeah.
Yo, that was epic. That was epic, yo. But listen, man, I'm about to get out of here, yo. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Having a little fun with Nada C and the snoring. We all snore, yo. Just Nada C got caught lacking. He got caught lacking last night. So, you know, ain't nobody gonna let him live that down. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that was Thomas, Oklahoma. Nah, that was not a coincidence. Yeah. Yep. He was going ham. Ain't nobody gonna let him live that down. But yo, that motherfucker stopped. That nigga stopped snoring and said, "Hey." And motherfucker said, "Ah." Yo, hold on. Let me do this shit again. Just watch how much energy was into this shit when Nada C say something. Like, it's crazy.
100%. Like they're always finding new evidence, right? So, you know, I'm not against the talking points if there was the evidence to back it up, bro. But like you can't tell me that you believe in genealogy, bro, but not be willing to show it. That's my only thing. You know what I'm saying? To be able to prove your point. Now, if some people feel like their genealogy is private, I could respect that. You know what I'm saying? But then we can't talk about genealogy anymore if you're not willing to show it.
All right. So now look at the point you just made, though. There he go.
Oh, this nigga woke up.
There he
oh,
go.
Shit. This nigga came back from the dead.
Wake up, my guy. Yeah. Hey, we was holding him down till you woke up, Lo.
Bro, you was out of there, dog. This nigga was out of there, man. Oh,
That's what's
bro.
up.
They gonna try to get you, dog.
It was like that.
Yeah, hey, look, but it's all
you was
good.
dreaming of old New York. Hey, bro, you was back in the 90s, bro. You was dreaming of old New York and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, bring Sean P back up. My guy was going.
Yo, that was epic. That man was like, yo. Yo. They were like kids in the Kansas. Yeah. Yeah. This shit crazy. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. More information to come. Check the description for the sources. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all utilizing all the information presented in these bills. There was information I didn't even get to. But we're gonna critique the rest of that debate, probably do it more like probably tomorrow night or Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, y'all enjoy, man. Y'all enjoy. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure y'all tap in with Nada C. It should be a busy week. Should be a busy week. I'm trying to see what I got for y'all.
I don't listen to people that I can't learn from. So I don't listen to interviews of artists that don't have no value in what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to music from people that I can't get no game from.
Are you the smartest one in your team?
Definitely not. I might be the dumbest one.
So we have a lot to do. We must do our business, what we have to do the job. And we are not against anybody. It's not to be against. It's to know more about yourself and more about humanity and try to bring contribution to the world. It's like that. So is this complex of inferiority is over. Like to say, I'm doing well, I'm okay, healing me. Heal what? You are not sick. You are ill for what? You have to do the job. You must do the job. We do well in some in art, in music, in athletics. We do well. You must do the same in business. We do well. You must in politics. We do well. So we must do well in a pure intellect business. We must do well too. Why not? We must learn Medu nature. We must know African language, African philosophy, African spirituality, African culture, African values. Know that very well. Bring that on table. Be proud of that. Because if it's lost, humanity will lose something. So it's good for us to bring this kind of. If they don't study Buddhism, we lose Buddhism. They must study Buddhism. If they don't study Christianity, the Bible, we lose that too. So it's good to study. Everything is a part of humanity, is a legacy. So we study because it's part of humanity. It's not to say we are proud, we did, Kemet, they did. Now we have to build a new pyramid. That's all. New schools, new homes, new families, new community, not people in jail, nothing like that. Be there and do well and be positive. This is what we have to do now.
I offended anybody. Please forgive me, I'm so not sorry. You won't smoke, just keep it between me and you would get that pronto. They said smoke in the album, now they kept it.